Why, hello everyone. Hope everyone's been doing good for this week. It's been a pretty heavy one, especially by the end of it. Yeah. There's actually quite a bit to talk about with the frontline side of things. We do have some fighting game news. But definitely we got stuff to talk about, you know.
Yeah, something that hits us most for those that grew up watching this.
Yeah, in the 90s, right? So
90s or late 80s.
Late 80s, yeah.
Because come on, people in the 90s thought that show was made in the 90s. Like, no, it wasn't.
No,
It's older than you. Older than you.
Yeah, we'll get to that in the frontline side of things. So let's go ahead and start off the show as we always do with yours truly, as always, Sean, aka Hawk525, and my co-host wearing the Dragon Ball Z shirt for obvious reasons, Zawa,
Which disappears
because the background removal feature. Anyway,
which doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I guess it really tries to find the human face rather than, you know, I don't know. Technology will get better,
Animated
but
fish.
yeah. Anywho, let's get going with this.
This battle is about to explode.
All right, fighting game stuff. Let's start with Evo, the early bird registration sort of placings right now. So we got number 1 being Street Fighter 6, number 2 Tekken 8, Guilty Gear Strive at 3, pretty good, right? And then number 4, Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising. Number 5 we have Third Strike, surprisingly, right? And then Under Night in Birth 2, Sis Celeste at number 6, Mortal Kombat 1 at number 7. And then we have King of Fighters 15 at number 8. Although it is surprising for MK1 to already be placed that low. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I would have expected to be like number 4 at least.
Or at least 5. Just to be that middle of the bracket.
4 or 5 around there, yeah.
I guess because of I know it's ill for saying it, but you know it's true. There is lack of content for that game.
I think it's really the casual side of things really does a number on it, right? So not having that casual support because of a number of things, like, you know, lack of content, what you have to do,
seeing the same damn team, like, you know, 10 fights in a row.
Right, the lack of balance right now. It seems like
lack of balance, or the wrong type of balance. Thank you, NRS, for that weird ass cameo nerf that they rolled out. Like,
yes,
a few moments ago. It's like, the fuck.
Stuff like that. There's definitely a lot to it. And then of course the microtransactions, or like the that stuff. The monetization has been harsh as well. So definitely a lot of those things do not help the game, and you know, it definitely brought it to this point for right now, unfortunately. So I can't say if there is a way for it to like really like strongly come back for right now, unless they do some sort of like you know, aftermath edition or something, you know, like that, you know, like that new story type of stuff to help revive some interest and such. But I think really the fact here, you know, it's kind of lingering from the frontline side of things too, with the WB stuff, right? You know,
we'll get to that, kids.
Yeah.
About WB's smart decision making. It's
Yeah.
not.
And yeah, so it really sucks to see, especially with NRS. Like I'm sure they wanted to work their butt off to make this game work and all that stuff and be great in a long term side of things, but with all what the executives have been doing and stuff like that, it's not helping. And I think it's kind of showing here somewhat in with the current player base and stuff like that, the competitiveness to it. It definitely is I would say lower than expected, for a game like that, right? It could have been better, right, in terms of what state it could have been, but it's turning like this because of external stuff.
Yep.
So, but glad to see something like Granblue versus Rising going at number 4, though. So to say, and then number 5, though, Third Strike. Wow, that's actually like pretty high up there, for an old game, right?
For an old game, but you love to see it happen. Like when the Paris come out.
Yes, yes.
Let's be real here. Which parries or which moment of parries, gets your blood pumping? Is Street Fighter 6 or Third Strike?
Right. Yeah. So, it can't be helped because of Evo moment number 37, right, with Daigo and Justin Wong. That stuff, man, that's where a lot of that inspiration came from, right, for a number of fighting game players and content creators alike. So that's just kind of like where it is and how it came up to number 5. I at least I think anyway. When it comes to Street Fighter 6, it does have the parry mechanic, but there is that the perfect parry thing, and it's been, I would say, annoying people, because of how random it is. It definitely doesn't quite have that same impact. Panache or impact, so to say. But it is number 1 still. So I mean, it's the new hotness, right?
It's the new hotness. It is turning the butter to pump out new content.
Oh,
I do like, and I do like when you look at the top 5. It's a sandwich like that. Not to be mean or anything. 6, 7, and 8 did not have to be there. If you just put like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's a good sandwich, right?
The Capcom sandwich, yeah, I would say so.
It's like, I get to have the new stuff and the old stuff.
Yeah. Now, King of Fighters, number 8. It is a little older. We definitely can say that. But it's just something about King of Fighters tends to be a little more niche, even though it does have a place in fighting games. But it just can't be helped that, when it comes to casual interest, it definitely falls off faster there. So I would say that plays a huge part of it, yeah.
Like, honestly, like for the casual players for fighting games in overall, King of Fighters fighting speed is really probably too slow for some people.
Maybe for some people, but
and they want like fast pace and I got a thing on my toes. King of Fighters, you can make it fast paced, but it gives off a little, what's it called? Like you feel like you can really take your time and nothing is lost. Like you can take like 3 seconds to think about something and then nothing happens. That weird time frame of attacking.
Yeah. Although they did add some sort of new mechanic with the advanced strike, I don't know how that's been impacting the competitiveness of it, but it is to say though, this is just as of March 9, so we still have to wait until they finalize the registration, because this is the early bird stuff. We're still waiting, and we don't see the numbers, so we don't exactly know what's what, and things could change. Maybe King of Fighters can catch up, and maybe Mortal Kombat will be number 8 or something, or Sis Celeste will go up or something, and then maybe Grand Blue versus might go down because more Third Strike can go up or something. I don't know. Think anything can happen. It is definitely possible, but it is a pretty telling impression of where these games are at right now, right? At least in some competitive field. So,
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it on that. Yeah, so the early bird registration, is gonna close midnight as of this recording. So yeah, by the time this episode comes out,
it's already done.
It's already the early bird is already done. But you can still register. It's just you won't get the early bird sort of discount special type of thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So good luck to all you competitors and registers.
Yeah.
I probably might see some of you there.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's right. And then
My kids.
Yep.
I got roped into something
Yeah.
against my will.
But yeah, best of luck to everyone who is wanting to go to Evo or Vegas in general. Like, get the vacation week approved, all that stuff. Yeah, it's registration, all that stuff, Best of luck to that.
You just said that about getting the vacation stuff approved. Like, shit. Did mine get approved?
Gotta be careful with that stuff, man. You just never know.
Yeah, I'll just fucking call out.
Yeah, for the entire week or the weekend.
I mean, yeah, I can because technically my days off is Thursday, Friday. So I just need Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off on a technicality.
Technicality, yeah.
On a technicality.
Yeah. All right. So on the topic of Street Fighter being number one, there is a little bit to talk about with Street Fighter. Okay, I don't know why it's not letting me click, but
yeah, I had to like copy and then paste it.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that for some links. It's very strange, but
probably doesn't like Street Fighter.
Or probably doesn't like this because we got new stuff for Street Fighter 6 when it comes to costumes, but it's only once again for the avatars. There's no costumes for the fighters, the actual like playable fighters. Yeah.
Yep.
And this is the classic Mega Man costume and all, but where's the shit for actual Ryu, actual Ken, that sort of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just so strange of why they're putting so much love into the avatar stuff in those areas, right? With oh my god, what was that?
That was like a fucking nightmare fuel. Like if you just woke up and that face was there, like oh, put me back in.
That was quite the frame there. Let me see when it comes to music. Oh yeah, so we have okay, it's not even the Mega Man stuff. It's just like the classic Street Fighter stuff. So we have Nash's theme or stage theme, Rose's stage theme, and Dan's stage theme. So
doesn't make sense, but okay, we'll allow it.
Okay. Yeah, it should have been the Capcom stuff, or like this is Capcom, so I think we would have been okay with the Mega Man stuff, music.
Yeah, it's like here's Monster Hunter, and then for some reason, the costume and the song are from Darkstalkers, and it's like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's it's a little off-putting. It's like, well, okay. And then you got the classic jump pose as the emote. The classic game within the game is Mega Man Power Battle, Time Power Battle. I think it says right there. And of course the Avatar gear. So, I mean, if you're into the Avatar stuff, great. But where are the costumes for the other fighters, right? It's weird because that's kind of one of the one-ups that Street Fighter 5 has, and it's the player, the fighter costumes. Surprisingly, they had a lot of costumes in that game, in comparison to this,
Like,
at least.
like with this Mega Man Gala,
Mhm.
Gala, whatever.
Yeah.
They missed the opportunity to give it to Ryu because he has the charged up
Yeah.
Hadouken,
Mhm.
and when he charged up and he has the Buster, equipped, he'll make the Buster, powering up sound instead of the Hadouken sound. So it's like you missed an opportunity, kids. Who's running your division right now? I need to speak with them.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. And then the wallpaper of all things is the wallpaper.
It's Rose.
Yeah.
It's the Rose.
Yeah, the rolls, right? Yeah. I know that artwork or the artwork, but interesting choice, I guess. I mean, I get like, Roll is the girl, the popular cute girl kind of character, but that being the wallpaper is
Yeah. I prefer Iris
dead
on my wallpaper.
Yeah. What am I fighting for?
Iris, no. It's like I was just thinking of that video. It's like if we could get that voice actor to try and redo that line again, would he say yes?
Yeah. So yep, that's it for that. But the weird sort of lack of the fire costumes is still weird, is one way to put it.
I kind of want to say the reason why it's weird is because I guess the models that they had to make for Street Fighter 6 is kind of like not going hand in hand with like costume models at the moment.
Maybe,
like there might be more clipping, or like an arm or two is like freaking folding back when doing a certain, like, move.
There has to be some sort of reason. Yeah.
Because again, kids, you think model rigging is not as simple as you think. It is not.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure there's some sort of reason that the common person wouldn't know so easily. So unless you are sort of behind the scenes and such like that. All right. So up next, we actually have something from Multiverses. Remember that game? I mean, it's the WB Smash Brothers type of clone that was active at one point, but then they shut it off because that was actually like apparently a beta test or some sort the entire time, even though we didn't know. We just assumed that was the full game. But
full game, yeah, beta test with pay, like things, like you had to pay, you paid money for
yeah, exactly. The what do you call it, the currency and stuff like that was there. Yeah. And then they shut it off, and they're just like, well, shit, my money is in there essentially, so can't do anything with it. So yeah, they tweeted out not too long ago, March 5th, right? But it's just like a teaser, right, of what's to come. It just says, Taps mic, testing 1 2 3. Obviously just do a little teaser like, hey, we got something coming up. So, let me see. And then also, yeah, this too, I added this into the doc, but I'm just gonna go ahead and go straight here. I guess there's some sort of collaboration with McDonald's, and ahead of the announcement. So I kind of wonder what the toys will be like, right? What's the Happy Meal toys? Are they gonna still have like the boy and girl thing, like, or they're just gonna mash it all together?
It's gonna be you're gonna see it in the Happy Meal, and then like in the package, it's gonna say if you want more, buy more. Because
wow, damn. Yeah, it's just like a voucher instead.
Yeah.
Oh no, that'd be such a disaster. the kids will be very upset. Let's put it that way. Man, when was the last time you seen the toys that came with for McDonald's? Because the last one I know for sure is the Pokemon cards.
Yeah, the Pokemon cards, and then on a technicality, when I was in when I was with my friends, we went McDonald's, and they were doing the 100-year anniversary for Disney, so it had like little characters and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but speaking of Disney, I'm pissed off that McDonald's in Belgium has a Happy Meal with Yu-Gi-Oh and Sanrio.
Oh wow.
I'll put in, I guess, since we're.
Yeah, already mentioning it, so.
Oh yeah, I'm. Nope. You know, I'll just put it. I guess.
Yeah, put it in Hypecast. Yeah.
Look at that!
Oh wow. Okay, let's check it out.
Look at that!
Yeah. Oh god damn it! It's doing that thing again. Okay.
I'm angry.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so it's like, oh, it's a okay. So I thought it was gonna be like the boys will have the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff and then the girls will have the Sanrio stuff. No, it's an actual collaboration within the collaboration. So it's like, wow, that's actually really cool. You got the Hello Kitty and stuff like that, all the other characters dressed up as the monsters. That's really cool.
Well, I don't know what the fuck Keropi is.
It's Karibo.
Oh, that.
It's Karibo.
Oh.
It is hard to say though, to be fair, because
Yeah.
the picture's not great, but
I really love Matsumaru.
yeah, it's red eyes.
the red
Yeah,
eyes.
hmm that's really cute. And then one of the new
That's Cinnabon. I forget. It's Cinna something. The one next to Matsumaru. That's supposed to be
Exodia, yes. You got Blue Eyes, Dark Magician, as you know, for Kitty, and then that's one of the newer characters. I forget the name for it, but that's supposed to be Slifer or Silver Slifer.
Yeah, Slifer, then
Dark Magician Girl to the left,
and then the one above him is supposed to be Obelisk.
Is that Raw? Yeah.
Yeah, Green Dragon and Raw.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Ochako is supposed to be Time Wizard.
Oh, probably. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's Time Wizard. That's a cute choice. I like the choices for all the costumes. For the characters. Yeah. Man,
It's also cute that the ones that's wearing like the dragon hits looks like it could be just hoodies. So I like it. Looks like it could be a clothing item.
yeah, it could be something for us, right? Or anyone who wants to buy these things. Yeah.
Oh yes. Yes, Sean. Let's all go wear Dark Magician Girl and walk around in public like that. I'll do the Dark Magician Girl. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'll be cutesy and drop my wand and have to bend over. And then you'd be like, I don't know this man.
Oh, Kuromi is the newer character, one of the newer characters that's dressing up as Slifer. Okay. Kuromi. All right. That's actually really cute though, but yeah, unfortunately we're not getting it here. That's the thing about McDonald's here, right? Like why is all the McDonald's in other countries get all the good shit, like new food items?
In America,
yeah. But all the food items. Yeah, and America's like, oh, you get the celebrity meal, or like, oh, the Big Mac with more meat in it. It's like, what? That's come on.
That's why I swear, when I eventually go to Japan and eat KFC and McDonald's up there, I'm gonna be like, and come back here, I'll be like, it's not the same. I miss my fucking weird ass burgers. Well, we do have weird ass burgers, but those are like seasonal. Like Burger King has the black burger.
Yeah, the black the squid ink one. Yeah. Yeah, even Burger King here tried something like that too. So it's like it really shows of how McDonald's is just not really doing anything when it comes to new stuff. At least nowadays.
I mean, they did back in like what, the 90s.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
early
Like
2000s.
nowadays they're doing just nothing.
It's just going, eh.
It's not, yeah, pretty lame. Yeah, that's it for Multiverses. So we're gonna have more news coming along the way. Hopefully by the time we have our next episode, we should be able to have it right, because it's still, or no, yeah, I know, I think we still should be good, because it'll be the 16th, right? So the 16th, I think we should be clear. So anyway, last one for fighting games. We did have an announcement for more characters with Beatrix, and then we had a teaser for both Beatrix and Vayne. So just go check it out real quick. It's just a teaser. Dude, this game looks really good.
Again, you can tell that they knew what was wrong with the first iteration, and they said, you know what, fuck it. we're gonna.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought she said, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
I was like, "Whoa, this is a kids game."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it doesn't really show off their fighting game kits or whatever, their gimmicks and all that stuff. But with, at least with Beatrix, she is going to be a rushdown character. So aggressive battle style, perfect for rushdown friends. Yeah. So Beatrix is a friend of Zeta. I believe they're in the same sort of group or faction, which explains somewhat the similarities with their uniform / costumes, except that obviously Beatrix is blue, Zeta is red. So yeah, and I think they're best friends, or at least pretty close. So yeah, and then with Vayne, he's one of like the knights of the Round Table, I think, or at least the four knights, at least, along with Lancelot, Siegfried, and Percival. So yeah, Vayne is, I believe, one of them at least. So that's it for that. But so far, they do look pretty good on Rising. The graphics and everything still pulling through nicely.
Oh, that's why Beatrix is you say you sounds familiar. It's freaking Dende.
Oh, that's a nice little connection. Yeah.
I was like, wait, I heard this verse before.
Mm-hmm.
To which I think this is a spoiler for me because I didn't watch One Piece yet.
Mm.
That's supposed to be VP. She's also voicing VP.
I see.
So I'm like, oh. Scroll down.
Yeah. Yeah. There definitely is stuff there. So, so yeah, Matrix looking pretty good. Same with Vayne. Yeah.
I do love the these little fire effects.
The flames and like the streaks. I like the close-ups too. Like, goddamn, man.
Yeah, the close-up shots. It's like how did Nostalgic Critic put it? When you're watching Spider-Verse, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can pause anytime in that movie, and it will look beautiful.
Yeah,
you can
every frame is a wallpaper kind of thing.
Yeah, so this is like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like this game looks like you can pause anywhere, and it will look like a very good wallpaper.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I don't know if it's just me, but when I see eyes close up like that, I kind of want to see the gleam a little bit. Like that.
A little bit.
Swoosh.
Just a little bit.
But I do like, again, the focus is in the foreground and the midground and the back. I like this.
Yeah, the blur is like
eyes.
Yeah, the blur effect is pretty good.
And your eye follows it's following something.
Yeah, there's a flow to it. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, very, very well
Also,
done. Hmm.
from this, I want to say that this is how it might look like if you screenshot something and it will have the Grand Blue versus Rising like logo like smack somewhere.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
So yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Wallpaper this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. So Beatrix is a thing now. I think she was a bit of a meme back then because yeah, like she was one of those characters like along with Zeta, like you can't have Zeta without her or without Vasaraga, because Vasaraga is also a close friend of Zeta. So I don't know about Beatrix and Vasaraga. I don't know what their connection is like, but I imagine they're at least some kind of friend or has some sort of friendship. So, but yeah, you know, Beatrix is here, so that you have that sort of besties kind of thing now, for sure. And then, yeah, I think all the knights are in there too. Yeah, because we have Vayne, Lancelot, Siegfried, Percival. Yeah, so you have the 4 knights. So there you go. So pretty cool overall. As someone who does play the actual Grand Blue game, not so much the Rising edition of the fighting game as of recent. Unfortunately, just don't have enough time for right now. Oh yeah, so Vayne is coming out early April, and then Beatrix will be late May. So that is that. All right, so now we're gonna go into the heavy stuff. So get ready, guys. Play this. A lot to go through, so let's get to it. So first off, huge L.
Work's calling.
Okay.
Love work. Can you come in at 4? Do I have a choice? No.
Hmm. Damn. Well,
Yeah.
we probably weren't about to talk about the frontline stuff, but yeah, huge L for people in the emulator community, possibly because Yuzu unfortunately lost the case against Nintendo. I mean, you know, this was kind of like David versus Goliath. They can't really like fight it for too long, you know. But there wasn't a very overwhelming sort of, I guess you could say, them acknowledging, yes, that they were in the wrong, I guess, at the end, and Nintendo took the W for this one. So basically, this is from Omni, by the way. Nintendo Switch emulator Yuzu not only agreed to pay $2.4 million to Nintendo to settle a lawsuit, but the final judgment and permanent injunction seems absolutely massive. This looks like this could be the actual absolute end for Yuzu. So, but yes, it is the end. I think they immediately took off everything Yuzu related, and that's, you know, that's it. You know, they close up shop immediately. That's it. And, you know, of course, they have to pay for all that stuff too. So they can't even like, of course, you know, one of the parts in this statement right here, in different sections and stuff like that, says offering to the public, providing marketing, advertising, promoting, selling, testing, hosting, all, you know, there's a lot of things. Otherwise, trafficking in Yuzu, source code or features of Yuzu. Yeah, so anything relating to Yuzu, gone, pretty much. Yeah, it sucks because
It's like It's like, you know, they had it good, but then they got greedy with the.
Mm-hmm.
Because I read something, you know, a little bit of this. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? If you guys didn't put the fucking paywall or, you know, just ask for money, Nintendo wouldn't have. I mean, Nintendo probably had you on their radar, but they were just waiting for you to slip up, and there you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I think there was stuff about like the Tears of the Kingdom leaks that was connected with
Yeah.
Yuzu. That was another huge red flag. So there is that as well. So, um, yeah, I think that was really what was like the actual beginning of the end kind of thing. Like as soon as they did stuff like that, then yes, of course, you know, not in probably not so much the actual emulation of the other games. It's just the fact that yeah, they monetized their shit, and they did that with Tears of the Kingdom to some extent. So yeah, of course, that's gonna be a big blip on their radar, and they're gonna do something about that, right? You know, especially with how Nintendo handled all the other like fan projects and whatever stuff, right? That weren't even like monetized and whatever. So of course, if you're gonna do that sort of stuff, you're gonna get you're handing you're like just get your ass handed, you know, it's the type of stuff. So yeah, pretty drastic stuff over here for Yuzu. And hopefully, you know, this doesn't obviously affect all the other emulators that try to do this stuff, right? Try to do it right. Let's put it that way, right? Keyword or phrasing. Yeah, and hopefully Nintendo doesn't go like ham against all the emulation stuff, even though, yeah, I mean, they also practice some sort of emulation themselves. And of course, monetize it themselves too. But I mean, it is Nintendo. I mean, whatever. But yeah, I mean, just we talked about it, you know, the lack of accessibility and all that stuff, the how they handle their stuff. Yeah, of course that's going to make people want
Affect a lot of things.
yes, a lot of things, yeah. Of course that's going to sort of set that precedent for that to happen. It's like, why are you emulating our stuff? Blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, obviously you're doing that.
Yeah, it's like, why are you emulating yourself? Because we cannot find your damn game out in the wild. Oh yeah, it's right over there. Oh yeah, let me drop $300 to just fucking play this one game. Yeah, no.
Yeah. So yeah, huge L in that part of gaming. So, but yeah, again, hopefully that doesn't you know, become a ripple that like hits everything else too in the this big, I guess you could say, pond or lake or whatever. Hopefully it doesn't carry over to other emulator sort of services and apps and stuff like that. All right. So next one up, this is another unfortunate thing. We were just hinting with WB, with themselves doubling down on live service stuff. So the quote is from Shinobi, by the way, on Twitter. Rather than just launching a one-and-done console game, how do we develop a game around, for example, a Hogwarts Legacy or Harry Potter that is a live service where people can live and work and build and play in that world in an ongoing basis? End quote. And this is from WB Games CEO JB Perrette. So that is definitely them doubling down on such such services. Unfortunately, they really want to you know, get that money, right? You really want to grab onto your wallets, your guys' wallets. Make it sound like, oh yeah, you get the game all the time, right? You have reasons to game all the time. But yeah, that's definitely not what it is, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah,
It's like,
yeah. Go ahead.
oh, yeah, it's also they're thinking like, oh, players nowadays they'll throw money at anything that we will put into games. Like, no, there has to be a reason.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, Fortnite's doing it right? Because it kind of rewards you and working for these fucking skins.
Yeah, and it's a free to play game too. Let's
Yeah.
not forget about that. And then we just had games like Suicide Squad coming in, being
We'll talk more about that later
yes,
in the bottom.
yes. Yeah. So and it's not even a good live service game. That's like the huge issue with that, man. Like yeah, it's like one thing about being a live service game, but the other is being a good or bad live service game. That definitely makes or break it, man. There definitely is plenty out there. Like Genshin, of course. We play a bunch of other live service games, like all the gacha shit. Obviously, that's obviously games as a service or live service games, right? But we put our money into it because it's fun. It's a fun game. We like it. We love the characters in it, the effort, right, that's put into them. Of course, with Genshin, the story is entertaining. The open world aspects of it is really fun. It is what it is. If it's a fun game, then we'll put money into it. That's just kind of how it works. But obviously, live service of itself is pretty toxic, right? And it definitely affects how things go, like how games are or how characters are designed, right? When you go from a sort of one and done game to a live service, right? So, again with Suicide Squad, right? I mean, it was just like great. It came from a studio where we expect great quality games, like the Arkham series, right? But then it became like this, where all you do is just shoot, and even like the bad guys and everything are lame. So it's like, what are you really grinding for? What are we here for? We're not gonna grind if there's no rhyme or reason to do it. So yeah. Whereas with Genshin, it's like, yeah, you can look forward to the story, and then obviously with some of the combat content that we do get here and there, but it's not around for too long. But there nonetheless. And then there's the Spiral Abyss, yes, that gets rotated around with different things, but that still needs to work, but that's a whole nother story. Anyways, there's stuff to do, right? Obviously there's other reasons for that too, like the characters are just great. They're very appealing. That's why you want to get them, right? Same with Fate Grand Order. The characters themselves are appealing. A lot of things are archaic and outdated, sure, but the characters themselves are still very much appealing, and that alone does get people to wail on those type of games. And if games like Suicide Squad don't have the appeal, of course it's gonna fail, and there's gonna be like, why? Oh, why? That kind of stuff. So, it's just disappointing because it's coming from, a place where you have all these IPs that could potentially make these like great games, man. But they just want to have a huge cash cow. So it's just very disappointing that they are going to, in fact, double down on it. So that great game you're looking forward to from WB is likely not going to happen. At least for a very long time.
Non-existent at the moment.
Yeah, non-existent at the moment, yeah. Especially with Superman. I know there's people who really want that Superman game, but nah, man.
Just like your puppy right now.
Yeah. Yep.
Give me Superman.
Get me Superman. Yeah, that's right.
In good time.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and then speaking of WB, right? WB is a company that owns a lot of things, right? Not just DC, but like other things. I think they own Discovery, but could be a collab thing. But I think they own Discovery. But anyways, they own a lot of things, including Spectrum and all that stuff. But one of them, including, is Rooster Teeth. And unfortunately, we got the news that Rooster Teeth, for the most part, is shutting down. So let's bring this up. This is from Variety. Rooster Teeth is biting the dust after more than 2 decades. Parent company Warner Brothers Discovery, after unsuccessful attempts to sell the unprofitable fandom, gaming, and comedy entertainment division, is shutting down Rooster Teeth's operations. I think they still will have their podcasts for now, but most of Rooster Teeth for sure that you know and love about it is disappeared. It's gone, yeah. Got the axe.
Which is kind of sad that someone brought it up this when the whole news of Rooster Teeth shutting down, saying that that Ruby Justice League movie collaboration, whatever, is technically the last project for Ruby. So it's like, oof, to end on that. Because a lot of people are saying that it wasn't good.
Oh, man. Yeah, because it's the, what do you call, it's in Ruby style, right? So it's like that weird kind of like that.
It's Ruby style, and it's kind of like Mahou Shoujo a bit with the Justice League.
Oh man.
Like they get, from what I saw, like clips, it's like they got their power, they have their powers through like the armor or the weaponry from the Ruby universe. And I'm like, what?
What the hell? That's really weird. Yeah.
It's like, well, I could understand Green Lantern, but what?
I would have at least would like to see whatchamacallit, Ruby, the characters in like that DC style, like the the DC animation style. That would have been pretty neat, or at least have them come together to have like a more of like a different style, I guess. I mean, something different, but just to go full Ruby on it is like it didn't sit right with me. It wasn't for me, visually anyway. But to hear that, like the turnout was just not great is all the more disappointing, right? This could have been potentially another cool thing, but they fucked it up. And on top of that, right? I mean, Rooster Teeth themselves is going out of business essentially. Again, I mean, not completely, but pretty much like everything about Rooster Teeth is coming to a close. Yeah, it's really sad. But when you look at Rooster Teeth and see all the stuff that's been happening throughout the years, it should not bring any surprise, right? What's sort of like your memories and stuff like that? I mean, what's your thoughts about Rooster Teeth?
Oh, what brings me to remember Rooster
Teeth? Yeah. Let's start with that.
Original Blood Gulch, Red vs. Blue. The series, and then of course Machinima. They fucking started that shit.
Yeah.
Or helped start it.
Machinima, man, that's another thing that died off too. Another relic in the past. And that's where we got to see a lot of like the Red versus Blue stuff for sure. And what was so your first time seeing Rooster Teeth? Was it that stuff?
Yeah, it was Red versus Blue.
Okay.
Because my friend introduced me to Red vs. Blue. And then I started to like see what other stuff within Machinima stuff.
Yeah, I think I've seen some Red vs. Blue stuff, but for me, I was introduced to them through Achievement Hunter when they were playing Modern Warfare 2 at the time. And I found them during college or early college. I I think one of the very first videos was specifically like Jeff and Jack and Jeff. That's how I, was introduced. So I thought Jack was like one of the founding members, but he's not. He came in later.
Yeah.
But Jack is like definitely one of the prominent members. But yeah.
Yeah, but it's weird. Like, he wasn't really a founding member, but he felt like it.
Yeah. That's definitely one. How I felt about that. Like I thought Jack was one of them, but but nonetheless, he is still a prominent member for sure, along with like Gavin and Joel at one point, so on and so forth, and Ray, of course, Brown Man. If everyone remembers him, he became a pretty successful Twitch streamer, even up at this point. And then whatchamacall, Bernie, right? There was Bernie, because that's one of the founding members, of course, along with Gus. Michael is the one who does the Rage Quit series. I remember that stuff, or definitely early on, when I back in the day, my naive self thought, in my early like 20s and stuff like that, I thought this stuff was genuine or real and stuff like that. Maybe some of them are genuine, but like overall, I think it is like a lot of it is an act or set up or something like that. It's entertaining for sure. Yeah. That kind of stuff. But putting that aside, Rooster Teeth was like the pioneer of that content creating team, especially on the gaming side of things. There was nothing like it back in the day. But now we have all these streamers and VTubers and all these other things, right? And more and more people became that themselves, right? Like we and that adds to the pool of the content creators. So I think just like a lot of those things, I think they just got drowned in the pool, right? A lot of those people moved on, right? Their audience moved on to different things. Just a lot of factors, and people started leaving because they wanted to do their own thing. And that definitely started to really show that, sort of, I hate to say it, but like the downfall, right? Especially once Monty Ohm, the creator of RWRRY, unfortunately, tragically passed away because of a allergic reaction to a medical procedure, man. Very, very young, very soon, too soon he went, and that was when, of course, Rooster Teeth is kind of like the home for RWRRY, right? And RWRRY was very popular up to season 4, right? And
I don't know. From what I read, before Monty's passing, season 1 and 2 were his. Like, he already laid the foundation in the works. Anything after that was like, Rooster Teeth, like they did the whole like Gintama thing, like fucking spiral, like out of control. To which, again, to me, canon wise, RWRRY ended in season 2, canon wise, in my head. And then when we got the animated version of the anime version of RWRRY, I think that's what Monty really tried to envision what he wanted RWRRY to be. But, he just didn't have enough time or
the resources and stuff. Yeah,
the resources to make it like that.
Yeah, because they wanted him to do this, right, kind of thing. But and then that happened, unfortunately. So
that happened, and also I believe it was like season 8 and up of Red vs. Blue. That's when Monty kind of like took over for all the fight sequences and stuff for the show. So it's like he was doing so much for this show and a little bit less on what on his baby.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, so that kind of like does tell you of what the culture was like, the work culture within the studio of Rooster Teeth. I think like the crunchy, that's kind of a funny way to describe it, but it was like that crunch culture kind of thing. From what I've read, right, from what I've gathered, seemed like to be a huge thing too, of what drove people away. And of course, a lot of those people that went away were big names or big personalities. I'm including like people like Ray and stuff like that. And once that started to happen, right, like you start to see the drop in numbers, and then not to mention all the like the weird stuff that's been going on, all the allegations, and then the sort of the unfortunate stuff that's was happening with some of the, I think it was like at least two people with them soliciting those like not safe for work pics, and interacting with young fans, and that not safe way. And one of them for sure was very just ousted, right? And then the other was Adam Kovic from Funhouse. And well, yes, Adam was bad for doing a number of those type of things. He came out with the better end of the stick overall, because like it's overall like he felt like this was a mistake and all that stuff, while the other guy, I forget his name, forgive me, but he just went on and on about it, right? And even though he had kids, wife and everything, whereas I think Adam was still, I don't know if he was married or just had a girlfriend, or I mean he had a girlfriend, but I don't know if they were married or whatever at the time. So a little different kind of, but still similar, type of thing. But anyway, so that stuff, just all the other like things, the political stuff, and just this and that left and right. But I think overall though, once the main personalities started, the big personalities started to walk away from this, that's kind of like one of the big reasons that the numbers dropped and everything. And then that resorted them to eventually like do content that just people didn't like, and it just made that hole even deeper, and they just could not take themselves out of it, right? I mean, if you look at the channel right now, let's take a look at it real quick here of Rooster Teeth. Let's see.
It's gonna be empty.
I
mean, because they also said that even though Rooster Teeth's shutting down, they still want to keep going with death battles. So.
The what? Sorry?
Death battle is still gonna continue.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's under the same umbrella.
Yeah, without Rooster Teeth. So it's like, okay, we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, I think what's his face? Like Craig something. I forget his name. I met him in person when I was an intern for Funhouse. That's a whole nother thing. But I briefly met him in person. Craig was the owner, kind of like the holder, right? The rights, well, quote unquote rights holder. But essentially that's kind of his baby. He is trying to get the death battle stuff back, I think. So, but yeah, when you look at this stuff, right? When you look at all the new stuff, it's like it's hard to recognize anything that you know from maybe GAAS, but that's about it. Even that's not really saving it because of what's the central like content, yeah, when you look through all this stuff, look at the viewership, man. It's like they're barely breaking through 10K. That's crazy, man. Because they used to get like hundreds and hundreds and thousands of views. And if you, yeah, and look how far back we have to go just to find anything that is 100K. Oh, I mean, here's that, but that's the animated stuff, right? With Gus and looks like Jeff or something, I forget. But anyway, when it's not, this type of stuff, this weird like comedy skit stuff, it's that's kind of where it gets more stuff. But yeah, even like a year ago, yeah, not a lot of back-to-back like 100K views. There's one for 200K, but it's like the behind the scenes stuff. Where were we at? Oh yeah, a year ago. Yeah. Yeah, some of them, yeah, you can kind of start to see it, right? Like this is from a year ago, so like the viewership is a little higher, right? You got 200K views, 100K views, but when you go up, there's barely anything like that.
Yeah, it drops.
It definitely dropped for sure. But as you go further back, go ahead.
Yeah, because I think it's their animated stuff.
Yeah,
That a lot of people enjoyed,
Mhm.
and not so much of their in-person live action
yes,
things.
and it's short too. It's really well, I guess funny within the Rooster Teeth circle.
Yeah,
That's another factor too. It's
and I believe most of all these animations are actually like their stories, like real life stories,
themselves. Yes, yeah,
put into like awkward situations.
Mhm.
And stuff. So,
yes. Pulled straight from, well, guess what, the podcast. So I believe. So yeah, this is 2 years ago. So okay, there's one back-to-back with 100K views, right? One is Ruby related, and the other is the animated stuff, right? So yeah, it really goes to show like their animated stuff was what was really popular 2 years ago at least. And then we gotta go further back. Still pretty low though, relatively. Oh, this one got 200K, but guess what? It's another animated thing, right?
And see how you can see like as we further go back,
Yes.
we kind of see a small balance of the animation and then the live action skits.
Mm-hmm.
And then
And
when
of course,
we go forward,
yeah,
it's the opposite.
Yeah.
More like
live action.
live
Yes.
action skit instead of the
Yes. Not to mention like the games too. I didn't really see a whole lot of GTA up there. I don't think anyway. But let me see. But yeah, these last few years though, especially during the pandemic, has not been the same. So
which now I'm wondering like with all their their shows that was under Rooster Teeth's umbrella,
mm-hmm.
where's it gonna go? 'Cause
Yeah, man. I think
Ruby's
Ruby is
right.
WB. I think it's going to that
Yeah.
they're gonna snatch that for sure.
They're gonna snatch it and fucking probably drive it to the ground.
Oh, for sure.
I want to say Red versus Blue is probably gonna go on like back burner.
Back burner or just dead in the water, man.
I mean, look, 3 years ago, Red versus Blue 0,
Where? Oh yeah.
whatever that is.
This one, yeah, this stuff too. Like they started to do something different. Like instead of actually having the game models for the Halo characters, they like started to have their own sort of like program and design their own characters, which now became weird because it's not like it's not something you can connect to anymore. It's not because it's not Halo technically. It's like Halo, but it's not actually Halo. You know what I mean? They tried to do it that way, but I guess this didn't work just because it's just it definitely lost that charm, right? Because you know, Red versus Blue is all about like the stuff in game.
In game that you yourself could do.
Yeah, you can connect
You
to
can make
it.
your own damn skits.
Yeah, there is that connection to it, but once you once that connection was lost, it's like, well, a lot of that appeal is lost. You know, you can't you're less likely to stick around with it.
We'll never forget the day I accidentally got my cousin banned for doing something in Halo. Was it Halo 3?
Oh, yeah.
We did the you know, the Forge maps.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say I fucking did something very disrespectful dealing with 2 tall buildings and a pelican.
Ah, okay.
Yep. And all of a sudden I just saw the screen, you know, server disconnected, your account is blah blah, and I'm like looking at my cousin. Here you go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go downstairs and eat pizza.
Yeah, you see, like, yeah, and then, you know, if you haven't, you know, I think enough is said. Like, the viewership, once you go back to 3 years ago, is looking a lot better. Like, it's over 50K for sure, like, on an average. You know, and funny enough, we had, there was a video, where is it? It was just right there. With, yeah, there you go, Adam Kovic right there from Funhouse. You know what I mean? So, but if you compare this, even this little section, to like another 3 years ago, right? Like, it's definitely different, you know? It was still, I think they were still doing all right, or good at least, but definitely like when, you know, back in the day, like the 10s, right? The 2010s, that was prime time. That they were like the kings and queens of gaming content as a team, to the point where they like had other YouTube channels under them, right? With Funhouse and everything, or Inside Gaming, I believe. But anyway, yeah, man. I mean, indirectly, because of Rooster Teeth, I was able to be an intern for a YouTube channel, you know, and more specifically a Funhouse. So I have some sort of like actual sort of connection with them in some way, right? And I was their intern for 6 months. It was like during 2016. So yeah, that definitely shows you, you know, it tells you of where it was at, and that was definitely still. I think by that time, their movie, I think it was like Laser Team, was well within that release, and within the fandom, it did well, I think, or they thought it was fun to watch. But the crowdfunding was really big. I think it was like the third most crowdfunded movie project on I forget which one it was. It was like Kickstarter or something, Indiegogo or whatever. So again, it really went to show like how big they were, you know. And but after that, it's like, you know, once all these other channels started to pop up, you know, they all went to them. And you know, again, people grew up, things just became different, times were changing, the landscape just changed. And unfortunately, you know, along that, again, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but those, you know, those big people, you know, left. And once those big people left, it really accentuated the drop. And you know, not even Jeff alone here can't really save the company, you know, along with Jack and stuff. So it definitely hurts to see, and I can't say for sure that what's gonna happen and all that stuff, but yeah, you know, at least with this, what they did was definitely historical for sure, or, you know, it's something for us to talk about when it comes to YouTube, man. Like, what would you say was like one of your favorite moments or videos from Rooster Teeth, if you can remember?
Besides Red versus Blue,
Yeah.
it was one of their animated freaking stories that made me laugh. It dealt with a airplane.
Oh shit. Okay.
And I kept replaying that like every day because the way the story sets up, I was like, oh my god, this sounds like so fake. But in actuality, when you think about it, it's like, you know what, this can actually probably happen.
Right. Yeah. For me, it was funny. It is one of the animated shorts or whatever. When Gavin was telling the story. Oh no! Yeah. Gavin was kind of like the butt of the joke overall, but like he kept saying about the headlight fluid, and people were just like laughing at him because there's no fluid in the headlights, right? So, and Gavin kept saying it like I think unironically. So that's why they kept telling him like there's no light, like dude, there's no fluid in the headlight, that's not a thing. And then he's just like, oh. So that was definitely one of like I would say one of the favorite memories of that for sure. But I can definitely remember when Michael, rage quit stuff, was playing MK9, right? And he tried to beat Shao Kahn but couldn't, so he just kept getting mad and stuff. And then Shao Kahn did the pose like, or did the taunt. He's like, he goes like, "You suck," and Michael's like, "No, you suck." It's I miss those kind of times. I wish we can go back to kind of that kind of era, but
The simpler times.
the simpler times for sure. But life goes on. So I think also like not only when the moment when Montiom passed away, unfortunately, I think as soon as it got bought out by Warner Brothers / Time Warner, that I think also was another nail in the coffin. When they had that corporate sort of aspect to it too. And I also forgot to mention too that whole stuff with dare I say his name, but Naga, right? There was the stuff with him, and then the Ruby staff, and then of course Rooster Teeth is kind of connected with Funimation because of that sort of thing too. So there's that weird sort of thing going on, and that also was like another thing, right? It's not the thing, but that was just like another thing, because it kind of showed of how people act in some ways, and not just Vic, of course, but like other people around him, and that also kind of like just like right, it's another thing, So yeah, I think it really wind down to like the times changing and the people leaving, right? The really funny people leaving, and or at least all the cool people leaving, Some of them left because of very unfortunate reasons, or kind of terrible reasons or whatever. But nonetheless, right? Once that stuff was happening, that was the beginning of the end. And I don't know if I said it already, but yeah, the work culture was, I heard, like rough. Names were being called, right? People were being bullied. Crunch time, blah blah blah. Being thrown into one project after the other, kind of thing. A lot of work. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes too. So that was another thing, right? And circle back around to as to why people left too. So it all kind of starts to make sense the more you think about it, right? So just a lot of things, and end of an era kind of thing. So you hate to see it, man. It's one of those like early adulthood things for that I do remember, but the way it ends here, it's like, oh man, That's rough, man. That's rough. Especially once you see this clip too, with Jeff and Jack just hugging it out and everything.
so many times on the stage. We've also kissed a lot. Yeah, come over. Oh man, I don't really want to talk. Now you really should bow down. My name's Jeff, and I'm a co-founder, and I've been here for a little over 21 years.
21 years.
And I used to talk directly to you a lot in times of crisis in this company, and I'm sorry, but I'm not that guy anymore, and I don't have that in me. I'm so completely underwater emotionally right now, and my heart is broken for the wonderful people that are in this room and that are and have been associated with this company. And I guess I just don't want the fact that I've been here for a couple of years longer than them to have any outsized importance in this moment. So I'm gonna shut up and listen to them some more.
Yeah, you know, you get the picture. Yeah, it definitely hurts a lot of people, right? And I do wish for the best for everyone affected by this, right? People working at Rooster Teeth to hopefully find another place they can, you know, go to for work. It's a terrible day for a lot of people, right? Including the people, of course, the fans, right? I mean, right?
Yep.
But of course, with the people who run it, including Jeff. You know, Jeff is, you know, a very emotional guy, as you can see here, man. But he, from what I heard too, he was kind of like the emotional punching bag and everything. He had, you know, take a lot of those comments and stuff like that. He had stuff going on with his wife, his kid, and everything. He was an alcoholic, all that stuff. You know, it was rough, man. It was real rough. That's another thing. That's a whole nother story. You know. So yeah, one after the other. It's rough, man. And WB, of course, is not making things any better. They're definitely not just Rooster Teeth, man. Like their games, their animated stuff. You know, especially with the Wile E. Coyote stuff. You know,
Yep.
they write off a lot of that shit in taxes. And that's that. You know? Terrible. But thank you, Rooster Teeth, for all the entertainment and all the laughs that you brought, especially during at least my early college days. And of course the opportunity to work with you to some capacity. Funhouse business more specifically, but yeah, that's still within the umbrella. And I did at least learn a thing or two about the whole from that whole experience too. You know. But yeah, it's pretty heavy, right? Anything else you wanted to say for Rooster Teeth?
Well, it's not two cities, it's two WB.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, no,
Really?
absolutely. Right.
Like, what is going on with Warner Brothers right now?
You
I
know.
think it's their CEO.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, too, but
He needs to go.
mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's kind of like Warner Brothers saw the whole shit that Blizzard was going through with Activision, and they just fucking decide one day, how can we top that? I knew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yes, I mean, for those people who might want, who may think like, Rooster Teeth done it to themselves. I mean, yeah, but it's just something that can't be helped, right? Like, things like this, especially when it's like super personality driven, is going to be very volatile, right? It, stuff like this can end anytime, like suddenly or whatever. It's kind of like with what happened with like Super Best Friends, right? Best Friends Play. Remember that stuff, right? Matt and Pat just couldn't be friends anymore because of like how the work was kind of like making it rough between them. So they just had to hang up the coat, right? Stuff like that happens, man. It's rough, when you try to make this whole thing work as a business. There's money involved. It really just becomes tough. And stuff like this, don't expect it to last forever, as much as we would like to, right? When you first watch this stuff and you're just like really into it, like, yeah, man, I love this channel, blah blah blah, man. Especially when you're young, you think, oh man, this is, I can watch this like forever, right? This will last forever, right? I mean, this is like gonna be my morning ritual or afternoon ritual, whatever. Nah, man. Things change, and it drastically shifts this sort of stuff. So, but speaking of like sudden and more tragic stuff, we lost the creator of the Dragon Ball series and so much other good stuff, Akira Toriyama. So the official Dragon Ball Twitter account put out this statement, and I'll read it. So basically it says, "We are dear friends and partners. We are deeply saddened to inform you that manga creator Akira Toriyama passed away on March 1st due to acute subdural hematoma, basically bleeding in the brain. He was an age of 68. It's our deep regret that he had still several works in the middle of creation with great enthusiasm. Also, he would have many more things to achieve. However, he has left many manga titles and works of art to this world. Thanks to the support of so many people around the world, he has been able to continue his creative activities for over 45 years. We hope that Akira Toriyama, his unique world of creation, continues to be loved by everyone for a long time to come. We inform you this sad news with gratefulness for your kindness during his lifetime." And then the rest of it's like, funeral and stuff like that. Future plan for commemorate gathering is not decided. We will let you know when it's confirmed. We deeply thank you for your understanding and support as always. So yeah, this was actually released yesterday, or March 8th. Yep.
I had to look at the calendar too.
Yeah. But yeah, no, he actually passed away on the 1st of March, man. So it's like, what a way to, start the spring, right? This one definitely sucked. I was when I first saw that, I was at work. I was like just sitting at the desk waiting for more stuff to come in. So I was just waiting, and I just looked at my phone and I saw this, and I was like, what? What the fuck? No way. And I was hoping it was a joke or something, some sort of sick joke, but it's a joke, whatever, man. No.
Yeah, like how was it? What was it like? Remember a few years ago, it was like Betty White died, or died peacefully, dye her hair peacefully, but people, read it too fast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, the fuck? Like when I was at work, I was I don't know, it was like stars align. The customer I was helping had a little kid in their cart, and they were watching Dragon Ball Kai.
Oh man.
And I looked over and I was like, "Oh, what episode is this?" And they're like, "Oh, they're about to start the cell games." I was like, "Ooh,
Oh man.
you're in for a good trip, kid.
Yeah.
Sit down. You're gonna have to sit down."
Damn, man. That's
And then I looked over at my phone, and Twitter blew up, kind of like getting to a notification. I was like, "Oh, what's going on there?"
mhm.
Saw the headline, then looked at the kid, and I was like, "You just have fun with that. You enjoy this show. You enjoy it." I
Yeah.
just like I turned my phone like down. Like, I don't need to see this right now.
Yeah, it was like I was like, wow.
Nope. I was like, nope.
Yeah. I was like, wow, again, like I wanted it to be a joke, but it wasn't, man. It was official, man. It's just it was quite the hour, just to even think about it, man. Quite the trip too,
And
yes.
if you can see like the difference between Western culture and Eastern culture about famous people passing,
Mm-hmm.
they waited almost a few days after
Yeah, the actual
Toriyama sensei passing away. Well,
Mhm.
on Western culture is either immediate, like, oh, they just passed away. Like, what?
More of it, yeah, more of that, yeah. Some of them
It was
do get
it
that,
was like some are like freaking blunt as fuck.
yeah, yeah.
Like the Betty White one was like a good example. It's like, Jesus
Oh,
Christ, what?
yeah. Same with like Michael Jackson and stuff. Like they're just like on their ass, like oh, breaking news. He passed away in the hospital or whatever, man. And
Yeah, like another one that hurt us, around the world was the passing of Stan Lee. Like,
yeah, yeah,
you can go anywhere in the world and say, the name Stan Lee, and everyone's gonna say like their favorite comics
yeah,
from him, or their favorite cameo from the MCU
yeah,
for Stan Lee.
yeah, yeah.
But for Toriyama, a lot of people think, oh, he just drew, for manga and for anime. It's like, no, he did more than that. He actually brought together a lot of people. Then
yeah,
so many let people gravitated heavy towards Dragon Ball Z because that was like their favorite. They connected with all these characters
yeah.
and the influence. Like, I just saw a clip, like some people honoring subtle things that Toriyama has done throughout the years. What was that anime? It's a recent anime, Level Up or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess one of the characters is doing Goku's little what you call warm up. His little
Mm-hmm.
toe dance.
Yeah.
Was the teaser for the Broly movie.
Uh
And I was
huh.
like, oh damn, look at that.
Oh yeah. Huh.
And then there's
Yes.
other animes like that will always reference the Kamehameha wave.
Of course. Huge.
Gintama's one was really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Gintama was definitely huge on that for sure. But yeah, I mean,
Gintama was pretty much the parody anime. It
Yeah.
wants to poke fun at itself and other things.
other
but mostly
things, yes. But yeah,
That's
so
why
mm,
I believe like with Gintama, it's like as long as there's new anime and popular things it can reference, I don't think Gintama's ever gonna stop.
oh yeah, for sure.
That thing can run on memes and people will still watch it.
Yeah. So of course with Toriyama, it wasn't just about Dragon Ball that he did, but he did a lot of other stuff too, including Dr. Slump, Chrono Trigger, of course, is a huge one for a number of gamers, especially RPG lovers, right? Yeah, Dragon Quest, another one, Blue Dragon, Tobal one, number 1 and Tobal 2, Sandland, of course, Kawa, Kajika, Jaco the Galactic Patrolman, and Go-Go Octman.
And what people don't realize is that, what was it? Dr. Slump, I believe, was first, right?
Yes.
It came first
Yes.
before Dragon Ball.
Yes. Sorry, I'm just bringing up the tabs, but yeah.
Oh yeah,
Go ahead.
because yeah. And then it's also nice to see like the progression of animation throughout his works and the studio that helped bring it alive.
Mm-hmm.
But see, in this list now, which kind of concerns me, is again like as I said before in the other warm-up podcast, we'll call it the warm-up podcast.
Yeah, beginning. Yeah.
People are asking for a remake or another Chrono Trigger. People are asking for Blue Dragon. Dragon Quest, I think it's fine right now where it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chrono Trigger and Blue Dragon is like probably like now what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because I believe Chrono, Dragon Quest, and Blue Dragon are under Square, right?
Yes. Yes, they are.
So, and then Sandland, I believe the game is coming out this year.
Yes, it should be coming out this year, and that's from Bandai, I think, if I'm correct.
Yeah, that's Bandai.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think maybe if Sandland, shoots off, which it probably will because of the passing, so a lot of people are probably just gonna buy it as a tribute to
Yeah.
Toriyama Sensei.
Mm-hmm.
But in actuality, I hope like Bandai Namco can see this and Square to go like, hey, we have these other Toriyama, licensed games or IPs. Let's try crank something else.
Mm-hmm. Now,
But for like Chrono Trigger, I think they have to wait because they're still hot with remake and rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna have to wait till that pan is cool down, and also because Kingdom Hearts 4 is supposed to be fucking around the bend. So Square has their shit
full, yeah,
tied.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, their plate is full right now.
Blue Dragon, I don't know how they will try and bring that back.
I'm not sure either. Yeah.
Unless, because to me, Blue Dragon is like Persona, but simpler. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh yeah, this is a weird thing for Google to pull, but yeah. I was trying to bring up the Toriyama stuff, but that's the anime, but yeah, there we go.
But yeah, I think if they were gonna bring Blue Dragon, they're probably gonna ask some help from Persona. Again, the spirits, I forgot what they are called in Shadows. I was close. I was fucking close.
Yeah.
The Shadows are pretty much, Personas, or if you want to kind of a little bit stretch, stands, the fucking JoJo stands.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also look how sad it is for the Blue Dragon franchise for games. Only 3.
Yeah. And the other 2 are on the DS.
And nothing's wrong with the Nintendo DS. That thing brought a lot of good memories.
Oh, for sure. It's just, yeah.
And a lot of bad ones from my cousin who dropped it off of a 40-story building.
Oh, God. Jesus. But, yeah, Blue Dragon. definitely one another works. But yeah, he did a lot and
He did a lot.
impacted a lot of people, right? Not just
A lot of people. And then try bring up Dr. Slum's picture
right here.
right there. Yeah. What do some of these characters look like, or they would influence like upcoming characters later down the years?
Later down in the years, well, definitely a lot of Chan is like Bulma, because the hair and such. And then Senbei, kind of hard to say directly, but I think he is like kind of a basis for like a number of characters, but I want to say Hercule as well.
Yeah. Or Mr. Satan.
Mrs. Satan, yeah, Mrs. Satan, right?
I forget who's the guy with the pompadour,
The
but
pompadour.
I wanted he was very influential because if you take away the glasses,
Mhm.
he looks like Yusuke.
Yeah.
Yusuke Urameshi.
Yeah. Yep. And then
Yeah,
but yeah, a lot of people were like impacted by Dragon Ball around the world. Yeah. So I just wanted to. Oh, was there something else you wanted to bring up from here, or?
I watched mostly everything, but when I say watch mostly, it's like besides Dr. Slump, Dragon Ball, played Chrome Trigger, played Dragon Quest, played Blue Dragon. I watched a little bit of Tobal. I only read the first volume of Sandland. Kachika, it's like I want to say I vaguely remember it, but I remember holding like the manga or something in my hand. Koa is like I don't think I read that one. Jocko, I definitely remember that because my auntie had the VHS. VHS or something like that.
Well, I
And
think this
then-
particular series started later, right?
Later,
But I think there was some.
It was like something,
There was something like it.
with
Yeah.
Jocko.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's something like it for sure. Because I think Jocko is part of the Dragon Ball universe because I think he appeared in this one of the Super episodes or something like that. I forget. It's one of the newer ones.
Super, yeah, he was part of the Super episodes, and he came back during Resurrection F for the movie where Frieza came back, and we had that lovely fucking song of the song just repeating Frieza's name for like 6,000 times.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I wanted to get to the comments and stuff like that, and like other people who were impacted by his passing, like Ono, for example. Very sad to see this happen. And then Oda, of course, had a lot of things to say. There was one I wanted to pull from. Let me see. There's a lot of good quotes in here, actually, just this alone. But there was one I really wanted to read. Let me see. Oh, it's actually the last one. I hope that heaven is
the last one.
Yeah, the last one. I hope that heaven is just as pleasant as you envisioned it in your manga, Sensei. It's like, damn, man, this is that extra, just that nail to the heart kind of thing,
Toriyama's walking on that pathway,
Right.
just having fun.
Yeah, and then
Or let's be real. Toriyama's writing on Nimbus right now.
oh yeah, Nimbus, yeah. Nimbus Cloud. And of course Kishimoto's translated statement is also here. A lot to say as well. And then Kubo,
Kubo.
from Bleach, had something to say as well, which actually this one's one of the more interesting statements or comments. Because he's essentially kind of looks at it from a different angle, and it says that I believe as long as the work exists, the author is not dead. You know,
which is very true.
yes, which
The
is
art,
mm-hmm.
yeah, because that can absolutely be true. Because look at the. I'm just gonna be blunt. Look at the dead musicians.
Right.
They're dead, but their music, their art, still, still available. You can still see it. You can feel it, touch it.
Right.
Same thing with Renaissance artists. They may be dead, but look, you can see the Mona Lisa right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He will be definitely talked about for a very long time, that's for sure. Of course, the Dragon Quest creator had a comment to say, right? Harada-san had a brief, but he had a comment as well, a little input. Mm-hmm. And then Sakurai definitely had another thing to add a comment to the pool. Biggest shock of the year, yeah, for sure. For sure. And then not so much this person, nothing against this person, but Mark Hamill just had a broken heart emote right there. That's who I wanted to really point out here. So even someone like Hamill,
Mark Hamill did voice some characters in Dragon Ball Z.
Somewhere, right?
Like he wasn't credited, but it
probably like a small role or something. Yeah. Or just maybe he also just liked Dragon Ball.
Watched it.
Also watched it, yeah, as a fan. Enjoyed it as a fan. Yeah. Shonen Jump, of course, right? That was the main publisher for his works, essentially.
That was the main revenue for us, kids and adults to see what happens next time on Dragon Ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Evo had this to say, Akira Toriyama's work made an impact everywhere, including the FGC. Thank you for bringing people together the world over.
And speaking of Evo, I 100% bet you before the start of Evo or with fighters, Spider Side tournament, they're gonna have something for Toriyama to just play.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then they
and funny enough, it's Sonic Fox and Goichi, right? And that was like the one of the many moments, let's just say, when Cell comes up, right? It's funny because there's Cell right there. Whenever he did the intro, right? Everyone did the scream,
Yeah, everyone did the scream.
In the stadium.
No one skipped the intros.
Yep.
Except for that one dude that skipped the intro, and then
everyone like booed. Yeah, I know.
We started the match like
we were.
It's like, bro.
Were you in the stadium for that or?
No.
No. Okay. Yeah, because I was definitely there for sure, and to hear that, so it definitely is like, well known around the world like that, And then even this guy, Stephen A. Smith, he is a sports TV personality. You made him see him in the GIFs and stuff like that, and memes. Had this to say, well, first off, the video itself is a whole meme, but here we go.
At EBSC93 writes, who you taking in a 1 versus 1, Goku or Vegeta from Dragon Ball? First of all, my condolences. I saw the news alerts that this individual has passed away. So the creator of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, some of the most influential and best-selling Japanese comics of all time, that is the person that has died at the age of 68. Akira Toriyama suffered an acute subdural hematoma, a type of bleeding near the brain, they say. This is what word came out from his studio this Friday. So my condolences out to him and the best wishes to his family and loved ones. Obviously, hope God blesses his soul and he's up in a higher place. In terms of who I'm taking, Goku or Vegeta from Dragon Ball, I'm going with Goku. I have no idea why. I'm not going to pretend to have any idea why. I'm just going to tell you I'm going with Goku. I guess I like his name better than Vegeta.
Now, you
Which
can,
is funny
yeah.
because the way he pronounces it's like, again, when we were small, we didn't know how to pronounce some of these names. So,
Mhm.
but at least he knows the work.
Yes. He
So, I'll
understands.
give him that.
Yes, he understands the work. Yeah, you can tell like he doesn't. He's not quite engaged in Dragon Ball, but he understands.
He's not versed in it, but
Mhm.
he has a basic understanding of the influence. Because I bet you his kids watches it.
Oh,
So
yeah,
he's kind
yeah.
of like you're passing by in the living room. He's just like, oh, okay, they're watching. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, for sure. Ben Schwartz, voice actor for the movie Sonic, right? Version of Sonic. Also had a comment to say, and this was also pretty interesting. Chrono Trigger is quite possibly my favorite video game of all time, and Dragon Quest was one of my first RPGs I ever played. A huge loss to gaming and anime. What an incredible and inspiring career. So, Chrono Trigger of itself was also like another sort of that pinnacle game for a number of people, right? It's kind of like their own Final Fantasy VII in a way. Like, even though, yes, so Final Fantasy VII was like a huge hit and stuff like that, there was Chrono Trigger, which was, that of itself was a cult classic, kind of, in a way. Oops. Oh, there we go. And this is now like more a little different, but adding to like the influence, right? So according to Stealth, when Miyamoto was creating Mario, he was inspired by Akira Toriyama's work, Dr. Slump, looking at the way the characters moved to inform his own work. Akira Toriyama's influence on entertainment being created in the 80s can't be stressed enough. And yeah, when you look at Arare-chan and Mario, they're both doing this, right? Like the hands. When I think even Mario, when he runs like super fast, he does that run with
he does the
hands out, right? And that's from her, straight from Arare-chan, Dr. Slump. So, but yeah, now a lot more people know about it, and maybe more people will check out the classic Dr. Slump and appreciate it, right? It might be a big influx of that stuff. Now that Toriyama is gone. And then more influenced stuff, you can see like some of the video game characters, right? Fighting game characters. Master Roshi, Android 18 had an impact for Blue Mary, Vegeta for Kazuya Mishima. The Super Saiyan gimmick with Wang Tang, for example, right, from Power Stone. And even Android 16 influenced the Jack robots in some way. Now you could say Terminator also had an influence, but Android 16 definitely had some influence as well for the Jacks, right? As someone who does main Jack, right? So I thought that was a little poetic there for me, at least. So this is just like a small pool of how he influenced things. Like, I mean, but yeah, and then here's this comment finally from Nozawa-san. Initially, I think she had no comment because, of course, she was like, super sad at this passing, Nozawa-san said, "I don't want to believe it. My head is empty because I don't want to think about it. Even so, every time I see Goku, I remember what Toriyama Sensei said to me. You will take care of Goku, won't you? I cherish that moment, and it makes me think I will stay by Goku's side until my strength runs out completely. Sensei, please watch over us from the heavens. we hope you depart in peace. You know, it's and of course the voice actor for Vegeta had also this to say, right? Mr. Ryo Horikawa, saying, "It was a bolt out of the blue. Even now, I'm filled with disbelief. The series had just begun a new journey. The story was supposed to be more and more thrilling and exciting. It is too sudden. It is a pity. Thank you for very much for giving birth to this wonderful work. Please rest well." You know. There, of course, there's more comments coming in, right? Like, I'm sure more like big faces and huge names,
Faces, more fans.
Fans, yeah, are sad to see this, man. But you know, cherish works like Dragon Ball and stuff like that, and just appreciate him in general. You know, even and then now we take this worldwide. Even the government of China took some time to mourn for his passing. And I saw a video somewhere too on Twitter that the official American Sign Language thing for Dragon Ball is the Kamehameha pose, the pose, the hands, right? So that's like really funny. Because, you know, when you say Dragon Ball in sign language, you do this, the Kamehameha pose. It's actually really funny, but it makes sense. So, and then not only China, but even El Salvador took time to acknowledge Toriyama as, you know, this significant figure in some way. Somebody said, El Salvador made a declaration of nationwide mourning for Akira Toriyama, and I do not know what stronger legacy you could aspire to be as an artist than several governments and actual world leaders on multiple different continents commemorating you in this fashion. Yeah, for sure. You know? You definitely made it. You know, if you got nations praying, you know, mourning for your loss, that's type of stuff, you know? And we're talking about a manga creator, man. Like, who would have thought? Who would have thought someone like him would have that much of an impact around the world like this, man? It's crazy. Absolutely eye-opening, you know? But I love to see it because, you know, as a child, right? Dragon Ball, when Goku was a kid, that era, that was one of my first animes I've ever watched, besides Doraemon and a couple other things. You know, Arare-chan was one of them too. Yeah, dude, it's such good childhood memories, man. Watching Dragon Ball all the way up to even Dragon Ball GT. And I remember watching, I remember watching it with the yellow subtitles and everything, man. That's the old shit, man. That's the old shit for sure.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. Waking, well, for here, it was like what? Waking up, no joking. I don't know how we were able to do that as kids. Wake up at 4 in the damn morning, have the energy, you know, to last the entire day. But waking up 4 in the morning to catch Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, and then whatever anime after, and then go straight to school for 8 hours.
Oh yeah.
Fucking blows my mind that we were able to do that as kids, and now we try to recreate that now in our age. It's like,
nope. Nope.
It's like, nope, I either gonna stay up all night or I'm gonna fucking sleep at 1. Can't be 2.
Right. Wake up at 3 or whatever, you know. That type of schedule, you know. But yeah. It's yeah, man, it definitely it brought a lot of good memories, you know. Brought people together, and then it was like, it was such a funny thing, right? What, back when I enjoyed Dragon Ball, when I talked about it to people, right? As you know, I talked it to other kids, a lot of them were just like skeptical and stuff. Like they're just like, what?
Yeah.
You know, what is this? You know, and I just tried to talk to them about it, and it's just like, you know, they thought I was just like being funny or something or whatever, you know. But once the English dub came out, then they started to understand, like, you know, obviously years later. This is years later, obviously, but
Years later, yeah.
yes. Once the English dub came out, they're just like, what? Like, dude, this is awesome. This is this, you know, this shit is the shit. You know, this show is the shit. You know, and I'm like, I told you, you know. So I told you so. Pretty much. And it's
I just
yeah.
I was like looking at them. Like, when was the English dub debut? You know,
Yeah.
for Dragon Ball Z.
It had to have been like 99 or 98.
So the Funimation dub Dragon Ball Z first aired in for the first 26 episode of the first season on September 13, 1996 to May 24th of 1997.
1997. Okay.
So 1996 was the first official day.
Uh-huh.
Damn.
Wow.
We were 6 years old, kids.
Wow.
Still waking up at 4 a.m. to watch all that shit.
Yeah, dude. Man.
And then what was it when Toonami, you know, rolled around? They had Dragon Ball for the afternoon block, so you're rushing home.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Oh
telling your
yeah.
mom,
You come home
Mom,
at
hurry up, go.
Like
Get in the car. Don't you want McDonald's? Screw McDonald's.
3 o'clock. Yeah, it was always around like 3 o'clock or 3:30. Like, man, I wanted to come home and watch more Dragon Ball Z, dude. Damn, man. Yeah. Back when things were so much more simple, you know.
Your parents knew what you were doing at certain
Points.
hours.
Yeah, certain hours. You had a routine, you know.
And
Right.
they picked it up quickly. Like,
Yeah.
my mom was like, once we got home, she's like, okay, go watch your afternoon block, then do your homework.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because she said, I know there is no damn shows that you're watching after, you know, after 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because I believe Toonami after it was done, it was just like repeats of like Looney Tunes and something like that. So she's like, my mom would be like, I know you're not watching Looney Tunes. I know you're not gonna fucking do that.
Yeah.
Do your damn homework.
Yeah. Yep. Back when you just had to worry about homework and what time you gotta get home to watch that show, man. And
And what time to come home if you're outside.
yes. Yes.
You see that street light? If that turns on and you're not here, you get a whooping.
Or the sun goes down. Yeah. You know, that stuff, man. I do miss it.
Which made it harder for me because at the time I was with my mom and we were living in apartments.
Mm.
We were on the 5th floor, so it
yeah,
kind of was not fucking nice
easy.
to me.
Yeah, you had to run upstairs.
And
dude.
all I see is my mom on the 5th floor looking at the stairwell, looking down, going like, "Hi." The lamp is about to turn on in 3, 2. It's like shit.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the memories, man. Those are the memories. You know, and I'm sure people around the world, man, had similar experiences. I'm sure. You know, seeing that everyone around the world watched Dragon Ball. You know,
Watch Dragon Ball, play the
games, read the manga eventually for sure.
Read the manga. Probably met, you know, the voice actors.
Yes.
Both seiyus and
the conventions.
English,
Yes,
or
the conventions. Yeah.
also did their own fan art of like their favorite character.
The fan art. Yeah, the artists, man. And you know, of course, right? Like, you know, people, yes, but you know, other manga artists and creators, including the big three, you know, Oda, Kishimoto, and Kubo, right? For Bleach, One Piece, Naruto, you know, and of course, Dragon Ball is kind of like the godfather of that stuff. I mean, and of course, there's Fist of North Star, which is another like grandfather of itself, right? But you know, you can't help but think of how much of an impact Dragon Ball had around the world, right? Not everyone talks about Fist of North Star, but they know like the gimmicks, right? You know, you're already dead, you know, that sort of stuff. You know, people blowing up, and when you poke at someone, you know, their shit blows up or something. But anyway,
Because I like for Dragon Ball, like if you want to see like how celebrated it was, go back to like go search up YouTube crowd reaction to the final fight between Jiren, Goku, and Frieza.
mhm.
You see crowds roaring in like theaters or amphitheaters.
Yeah, or
at
just like
that.
those like public theaters, right? When they just have those screenings of like that final episode of that fight, you know, especially in like places like Mexico, for example, like they go wild with that shit, you know? Yeah. So of course the fan base is very diverse naturally, you know. It's all about what people like, and happens so it, you know, people around the world, you know, they're fans, man, you know.
And
Yeah, dude.
and then there are some fans, probably still to this day, but they're catching up. The big, huge influence of Dragon Ball Z is Journey to the West, like big ass influence.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So
for sure.
if you really want to see how Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z everyone started, read that.
Yeah.
Read Journey to the West.
Journey to the West with the Sun Wukong,
And Wukong.
yeah, which
Because
yeah,
hey, guess what? That's what Goku's first name is. Sun.
yeah,
It's
Sun,
not Goku. It's Sun.
yeah, Son Goku, yeah, because that's how you say in Japanese for Son Wukong is Son Goku in Japanese, so yeah, so in essence, Son Goku is Sun Wukong, you know, more ways than one. So anyway, so yeah, you know, this guy forever left a huge footprint,
Huge impact.
huge impact on the world, and that's going to be much talked about and celebrated and loved for at least a very long time, if not forever, you know. And
Which
yeah,
I want to say, like, maybe now upcoming like movies and TV shows that does fighting and stuff, they're gonna like throw in some like fighting poses, or you know, like 1, 2, 3, you know, hits.
Yeah.
That go like, oh wait, that's what Vegeta did against I don't know, fucking Dr. Gero's android. You know, fucking come on.
yeah, yep.
I still want to see somehow, probably in the MCU, which will probably be the best place, is General Tao, the one that threw the pillar. I just
Yes.
want to see that in live
Yes.
action. Just it'll be like out of context. You just see some guy just throw a pillar and just go,
Yep.
"Here I go."
Fly on that pillar, man. General Tao is
Shit.
really, really cool. I liked him in Dragon Ball for sure.
Fucking hell. I would love to do that. You know how many fucking gas I would be saving if I could do that?
Yeah, right.
And I'll be using the same pillar over and over until it like whittles away.
who would you say is your favorite character from Dragon Ball? Like the entirety of Dragon Ball.
Oh, Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z?
Like the entirety.
Oh,
like
overall.
yes.
I cannot see just one here. Right there, right behind me.
Yeah,
Like two
Cooler.
Coolers.
Yep. Yeah.
Cooler and
Piccolo.
Piccolo.
Yeah.
Which so happens Piccolo is Toriyama's favorite.
Yes. Yeah.
So High five to Toriyama Sensei.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, there's a number of characters I really like. You know, Gohan, Piccolo, Vegeta. You know, Goku, of course, that sort of thing. But I gotta give it to Cell. I'm a Cell kind of guy. He definitely is my favorite villain.
Well, which version of Cell?
Perfect Cell. I mean, come on, man.
There you go.
Yeah, I like Perfect first. Second is like, you know, it's kind of like the Pokemon
But
thing.
come on, you kind of gotta like first form Cell because he was that form like I'm just gonna kill everybody.
Yeah,
I don't care who you are.
Yeah, he actually like killed people. You know what I'm saying? Like you can see him like drain the shit out of like that one rich dude.
Yeah,
you know,
when freaking
Piccolo was fighting him.
yeah,
Yeah,
when if the rich dude was like, "Help me, I'll give you this much money," and then stab, and you just see him getting his life sucking. You're like, wait, this is a kid show, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the rating?
Yeah, they actually went that far. Like they actually like recreated that. You know, pretty much 1-to-1 from the manga. I was like, oh shit! Like goddamn.
I remember it was early Toonami. They did show, him, the rich guy, turning into a husk
Mm-hmm.
and then disappearing. And then in later, like, showing when they do a rerun, that scene was kind of cut, or the camera kind of like panned and just only stared at
Mm-hmm.
Pickle's hard face. And I was like, oh, okay. Someone in the studio got like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a little too dark for kids.
Yeah, at least in the Western side of things, yeah. But yeah, I mean, man, you're right. I mean, that Cell definitely like actually you see him like kill people, like,
And he was enjoying it.
yeah,
Let's not forget that he was
Yeah.
smiling when
Mhm.
when he
Oh,
was doing
yeah.
that.
yeah, dude. Like, and it wasn't just the rich guy too. It was like
he
people like shooting at him and like people trying to fight him or just people running away from him.
And
Yeah,
run away. And also, when you saw the clothes, there were kids there too, like
Oh, yeah.
kids' clothing.
mm-hmm.
So okay, I guess this tale is rated E for everybody. All ages.
Yeah, dude. No, he was like a horror. It's like a horror film, man. And he's the monster.
Well, I do believe that Toriyama kind of based Cell a little bit on the Xenomorph. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why, like, and that's why again, like the stages, like he was
Mhm.
evolving to become the perfect perfect
Yeah.
Cell.
Yeah.
Perfect Xenomorph.
Same with Frieza. I
Now
mean,
for
yeah.
and Frieza.
Yeah, and then Cooler.
Fuller, you only appeared once.
Yeah.
Hurry up and get superfied to be canon already.
I think what was it? Oh yeah, it's Dragon Ball Heroes is where he reappears, and apparently he has a new form, and it looks pretty fucking sick.
Yeah. But again, like when it comes to like canon,
Yeah,
have
canon.
to.
Yeah.
Cooler's not canon. He has to get the Broly treatment.
Mhm.
Which is like, hurry up.
I know.
Hurry up.
But now Toriyama's not there though, so it's like, you know,
He's not there, but I
but-
think he left notes or
Mhm.
like breadcrumbs of how to bring Cooler in.
yeah, like the blueprint essentially, hopefully, and people follow that and respect it too, you know. So
When me and my friend were talking about like how could they bring Cooler, like we want to say Cooler was like off, like conquering another universe, and then decided to come back
yeah,
and see what Frieza's been doing, and just got pissed off and just started to like thrash whatever Frieza owned.
mm-hmm.
And then Frieza's like, it's like, oh shit, my brother's here.
Mm-hmm.
You monkey, help me.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Yeah.
like, oh, your brother. He seems like a strong fighter. No. He hurry up and kick his ass. Hurry up. He's gonna come and kill me.
Yeah.
I actually did that. Father died. Help me.
Yeah.
But see, when it comes to Cooler, I want this form.
Mm-hmm.
I do not want to see fucking Metal Cooler. That
Mhm.
movie was atrocious. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's more on the lame side. Like it's just like a shiny, what is it, third form, right? Like a metallic third
It
form.
was a shiny third. Yeah, and then, I mean, the memes from it was hilarious. Thank you, Team 4-Star, from that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing
Wanted
too,
to
right?
see-
Team 4-Star, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Which I bet you Toriyama Sensei watched some.
He had to have, yeah, right. At least one of them, you know, right?
Why do they keep me in the dick?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I always rewatch the scene with Tien Shinhan doing the tri beam. And then Cell's like, oh, that's a door. Shit. And then Tien's like, Ki Ko Ho. And then Cell's like, oh, stop it.
Mercy, please. It's like,
stop it, please. I swear to you, if you do this one more time. Oh.
I think my other favorite team for Star was, I know it's not the accurate depiction of Vegeta, but it's the one where he was crying on the rock. I want to be a Super Saiyan. I want. It's like, you know what? I think that's what was going through Vegeta's head, but something came out of his mouth instead in the actual show.
It's a hyper parody version of what he actually is feeling. It's like, yeah, it's a hyper exaggeration. Yeah, for sure. So it is based off of some truth or some canon material to it. Yeah, but like it's definitely like not like that, you know, obviously.
Yeah, but then there's the other thing that Team 4 Star, which you get a chuckle and a laugh, but then you go like, ooh, that might be bad taste. It's like when they were making fun of how Goku is not a good father, and it's actually Vegeta and Piccolo.
Yeah.
I mean, they did bring up good points, but then when you think back of why he wasn't there for Gohan, is because he was fucking dead.
Yeah, but
he wasn't there for.
It's like roasting, you know. It's like it, you know, when you look at it that way, it's like, okay, yeah, you know, we get your
like,
point, but yeah.
But at least I know it sounds bad, but it's actually good in Goku's sense. At least he was there for Goten.
Yeah. He at least like he at least was able to be there for Goten, you know, if anything, right? But anyways, so you know, a lot of those shows and YouTube channels and content creators and a lot of things, right, had an impact by Dragon Ball. Yes, for sure.
Just like when you say other shows, Billy and Mandy did their take on Dragon Ball a long time ago, and one of their stuff.
I mean, you know, watch those shows, right, and see how many people.
You see like a lot of sprinkle. Yeah, there's a lot of sprinkle.
How much influence, of like not just the Kamehameha, but like how they fight, how they do the power up thing, the gimmicks, right? Yeah. You know, of course with Sonic too. Sonic alone has a lot of Dragon Ball stuff in it too, like the 7 Chaos Emeralds and then the Super transformations, right? So that alone is like, that's how the influence, and then like Street Fighter.
Street Fighter, yeah. I was gonna say Fortnite. I bet you right now a lot of people are writing to Fortnite to bring those skins back, faster right now.
Yeah,
I missed out on those skins, so maybe Fortnite is gonna do something like as a tribute to Toriyama. They're just gonna make a big bundle.
Yeah,
it'll cost this much V-Bucks, but also this is me hoping they do that. If you buy this bundle, whatever profit they got from this bundle is going to go to like Toriyama's family to help pay for something like that.
Right.
I mean, I just want it so I can buy the beer skin, but that's just me. Hi.
Yeah. I think they also should bring back the Dragon Ball event of itself too, because they did allow you to do the Kamehameha stuff as like I think it was like a gold weapon or something, because like right now it's the Greece stuff, like Greek mythology stuff.
Yeah, the Greek gods.
And
I seen gameplay of this season right now with the Greek god
abilities,
god weapons.
Yeah, the god weapons. Yeah,
Zeus's thunderbolt. One use is. It's like you go 1, 2, and then a big
one. Yeah, I've used it. Yeah, it's pretty pretty good.
And,
But you're
yeah, a lot of people said that this, I mean, this, I guess, event or this chapter is actually fun because you get like actual god fights. Pretty much, you're
Yeah.
fighting in the air. You're doing something like gods should actually do.
Mhm.
And I'm like, yeah,
yeah.
But at the end of the day, once you don't have that gun, I hope my watch out for my
hmm Yeah.
my sniper rifle
That's
because
the
you're just flying up there and everything.
That's the thing. Yeah, you're up in the air, and then when you're getting third party, of course you're gonna get your shit shot
Yeah,
down.
because I believe like if you're using Zeus's thunderbolt, you're not fast. You're like
Oh no, you're
like this.
you're just sitting there. Yeah, kind of. So, but anyways, let's get back onto Toriyama stuff just to wrap it up or whatever. But like like it's so much to take away from, right? And so like Kubo said, like he's he's gone, but he's not like gone like he'll always be in our hearts and everything. He pretty much like has this like culture created for people to come together for Dragon Ball related stuff, right? And celebrate it, talk about it and whatever, man. Like do the pose, do the power up scream or whatever, like anything, right? Just to talk about Dragon Ball. And we're still gonna get the games. I'm sure Dragon Ball Fighters 2 is gonna come out eventually. That type of stuff. The video games, the manga, I'm sure will still continue. Daima is coming up, so that's still going to be well within our radar and stuff. So Dragon Ball is not going anywhere, man. If anyone's afraid that, oh no, it's the end of Dragon Ball, it's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. And if you look at it from if you expand your sort of sights, you see it everywhere, man. You see it, all the influence everywhere, whether it's video games, other cartoons, even the content creators do like these edits that reference Dragon Ball a lot, with the meme edits and all that stuff. That's there, man. As long as people
The meme edits or video editors for their content creators, they add like the sound effects.
yeah
Like I forgot who uses it a lot, but when it's like a dodgy moment, it's
the
they use
the
they use the Goku Instinct sound effect.
yeah the vanish sound, right, when they go or whatever. That's those sounds too. The anime sounds alone are like memorable. That of itself is a whole nother thing. So point being though, it left such a large impact that it's not going anywhere. And even if like what do you call the new Dragon Ball stuff kind of like wraps things up in the how, or you kind of like don't expect to see, like Dragon Ball is already like well established at this point, so it's like anything goes and people will still love Dragon Ball. That's kind of like how it is now up to this point. It's such a long time, so what's gonna stop us from loving the old shit and then continue to like sort of exercise that or accentuate that for the new stuff, right? We're always gonna see that in like the new animes, the new mangas. That influence, man, it's gonna live on for a very, very, very long time, especially by the time we're like all old and shit. So yeah. And lastly, I want to say that Toriyama was influenced by Osamu Tezuka, and Tezuka was the one who made Astro Boy, and that was like you could say like the first anime / manga series ever, right? And then, well, at least the one that really popularized that whole whole concept. Yeah, it kind of like kickstarted it all, and it's funny because Toriyama kind of became the Tezuka of our time, our generation, yes. Because he,
in a sense, in a sense that Astro Boy was for our grandparents and parents. Toriyama is for us,
Mm-hmm.
and then Kubo and Oda is for like the now generation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For sure. You know, when you
I
see
mean, we grew up with Bleach and we're still growing up with Bleach and
One Piece, it's like that in
One
between.
Piece.
Yeah,
Yeah. We're in that good space that
I would say
we had the old, then we had
the newer,
and we have the now.
and then have the now. Yeah.
And yeah. So we're in that little good like space. We can just go like this. You can just pick.
I mean,
pick
you
from
could say
both
it's
sides.
it's like a long ass Renaissance phase, you know. And then I think starting from like My Hero Academia, you could say that's for like our quote unquote our kids, because by that time, because I think I want to assume like your parents had you when they were like around their 30s, right? Or mid 30s.
Late 20s. My mom.
Mm-hmm.
Late 20s.
Yeah. So if you go off by that, then by that time it should be, you know, quote unquote our kids' generation, you know, with My Hero Academia and like what do you call Demon Slayer or Kimetsu no Yaiba, whatever, Jujutsu Kaisen, that stuff. That's, you know, that's quote unquote our kids' generation stuff. If we go off by that, but yeah.
Yeah, we go by that.
Mhm.
'Cause for my mom, because she was born in the 80s, her first introduction to anime, which was again back in the 80s, wasn't really from a TV show. It was actually Akira. That was her first introduction to anime, but she thought of it as just regular cartoon until
Uh-huh.
she had me, and then she saw me watching like Dragon Ball, Sailor Moon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and all that from the 90s and now. And she grew accustomed because when I was growing up, Dragon Ball was mostly everything I liked. So some birthday parties was Dragon Ball themed.
Yeah.
So again, just like I forget his name already. Oh, he said a lot of people knows of Dragon Ball. They don't know the full thing, but they know of it to give respect. Yes, puppy, you hungry? No.
Okay. I think we've definitely said enough for this segment. Toriyama-san, thank you very much. Yep. Thank you very much for your hard work. And did you want to say your words for Toriyama Sensei?
We'll just go back to what I put on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, besides of me putting my Beerus fan art, which was 6 years old. Oh crap.
Oh wow.
Can't believe I know that. Okay, as someone who grew up in the 90s, waking up every morning to watch the Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z before school starts, I can probably say that Toriyama-san was a big part of my youth. So thank you for all the work you have done and the characters you've created throughout the years.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Deepest condolences to his friends and family, of course, and I wish for Toriyama-san to rest easy. And thank you for help shape and make our childhoods that much of the good times, man. Something to enjoy,
Connect with people.
Yeah, something to help bring people together in a way, and also being like the gateway for more good stuff, for the later years when we're like teens and then young adults and stuff like that, so on and so forth. And that is all thanks to you, Toriyama-san. So
fun fact about Toriyama-san, everybody, he's been using the same pen from when he started till now, the same pen to draw his characters.
Damn.
I hope and I believe I read it somewhere that pen is going to a museum. in
Oh
Japan.
shit. Okay.
It's either going to a museum or the family's gonna like keep it in a vault.
Uh-huh. Sort of like an heirloom
Yeah.
sort of thing, but yeah.
They pass it down to the heirloom.
Yeah.
Again, for like what's gonna happen with the franchise of Dragon Ball and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people saying that it should go to the sun, but when you think of a business standpoint, it's probably not gonna do.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's probably gonna go to the protege that was under Toriyama's wing.
It's likely going to be whoever has been handling the spin-off stuff, so probably go to that person. And then if anything, like the writers and the anime side of things will also put in their their input and such, so that is that for rest easy, Toriyama-san. Okay, so before I hit the sound on the games part of things, we'll try to go through those real quick because we definitely had a lot to say for Dragon Ball, understandably, or in Toriyama-san, understandably. I gotta go to the bathroom, so it's gonna take the bathroom break. So we'll be right back, guys.
In a cup, you Howard.
Oh God. All right, let's put us back on. Yep. Let's get back onto here.
Yes.
Okay. And make sure we hear us, or I hear us.
We.
Okay. We're good. Okay, so we're back from that bathroom break. We had a lot of things to say about Toriyama-san, or Toriyama-sensei. So let's continue on with the rest of the stuff. Try to be quick as possible. So let's go ahead and do this. Yeah. Game section. Yeah, the game news time. So what's up? Oh yeah, the Wii, when you hit the Wii, it's like boom.
And everything.
Yep. I know, right? It's that cue, right? It's that cue. All right, so Suicide Squad. Yes, we were kind of like talking about that early on. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Ooh. Yeah.
Okay, so what I know, this link was supposed to show that people are requesting for refunds for Suicide Squad because they're kind of waking up now that hey, this game is not really all that cracked up to be.
Yeah. Basically. But
to which, if I can find that other tweet, well, you can explain a little bit further about the Suicide Squad.
Okay.
It was pretty much the tweet I'm looking for is Helldivers versus Helldivers, how many people are playing versus how many people are playing Suicide Squad. And it was like triple the amount of Suicide Squad was pulling. And it had a Palpatine from Star Wars saying, I love democracy, because that's what Helldivers 2 is all about, is democracy.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what, that's actually pretty good. This is a good one.
Yeah. But when it comes to Suicide Squad, yes, it's been not successful thus far. And a lot of those fingers have been pointing towards a company called Sweet Baby Incorporated. Oh yeah, here's the meme right here. And let me go ahead and close all those other tabs. There we go.
Yeah, that's kind of sad when you look at the numbers.
Yeah. Wow, that's damn, man. That's pretty funny. But yeah, a lot of those
I
fingers.
kind of would say that's the leader of Super Earth is fucking Palpatine, just going like, I love democracy. I love it.
Yep. I love the Republic. Anyway, so a lot of those fingers have been pointing towards a company called Sweet Baby Inc. Apparently, they are a writing consultant company, to where they actually, suggest a lot of things that we see today with like the political sort of correctness and the that forced quote unquote diversity that we may have seen in a number of video games. Apparently these are one of the big companies that do that, if not for a lot of major video games. And yeah, so their role essentially is, yes, they work on the writings for the cinematics, dialogue, UI, UX writing, barks, I'm not sure what that term is for that context, copywriting, narrative, story pitches, world building, character creation, and then of course representation when it comes to cultural consultation, or yeah, consultation, sensitivity, and inclusivity. You name it. So they are kind of like the ones to sort of blame for, according to a lot of people anyway, when it comes to what's been going on when it comes to that sort of stuff in video games. Have you heard of this company at all, Sweet Baby?
No, I have not, but already red flags.
Yes. So
I mean, but that's the thing too. Is like they're just suggesting like what you put in. So
yes,
who in the writing table is actually going like, yeah, just throw in. Let's just throw in whatever they just did.
that is the other issue, right? And it's the people in charge of whatever game that actually says yes or whatever. But I think there may be some discrepancies and stuff like that to that point or whatever, because I think they may actually provide some sort of funding towards the game, and they're like, basically, oh, if you want this extra money, you got to do this type of stuff, right? And that's where it kind of gets a little hairy. That's why probably they were able to kind of like get those, I guess, points across, like, let's just put it that way, those beliefs and their agendas and stuff like that across, and it's funny because one of the employees, if not the ex-employee or something, former employee of Sweet Baby, talked shit about Toriyama, and that person is getting cooked right now because that person tried to paint Toriyama as a racist towards black people, when ironically the series is of itself has so much more diverse, has so much more true diversity, authentic diversity in the fan base than what they could ever force upon in those video games, right? And it's funny because a number of those associated with Sweet Baby, are believed to be the ones sort of projecting on those people, and they are racist themselves and such like that. So I'm not gonna get into that too much, but basically, Sweet Baby has been under fire for all this stuff so far. And in fact, there has been a stream group with a growing following that essentially points out, oh yeah, this game has their name on it. Oh, this game has their name on it. And so it essentially says, sort of points out like, hey, this game has this company on it, so you just be aware, right? And you're kind of doing the same thing as Sweet Baby, which is to consult, which is kind of like saying like, or just consulting, right? Or it's just kind of like something to point out, like, hey, this is this and that, right? And of course, Sweet Baby is trying to like shut that down or whatever. I think, could be wrong, but whatever. But I'm sure they see them as like a a detriment of sorts to their to what they do. So, but anyways, you know, say what you will, but there's been problematic people just from that group. So, like, they're just like try to paint themselves as high and mighty, like, hey, you know, you know, whenever I go to a character creation screen, I pick or I make myself a black character because this and this and that or something, you know. And yeah, so those are the kind of people that are running that company. So you can kind of tell like where that sort of essence thrives from and such like that. So any feelings or comments or anything like that when it comes to anything related to this situation?
I think at the moment, like companies, whether it be for video games or people making movies or television, instead of, you know, having consultants like this, go to the actual people and ask them to themselves.
Yeah, I think well,
Freaking,
yeah.
if Disney was able to do it with Zootopia and actually ask furries, like actual furries, what they think of the movie, and that's what can tell you something.
Yeah, Disney, right? Yeah.
Well,
Pixar.
Disney.
Yeah. But yeah.
But still, when I heard that Pixar or Disney in general, when they made Zootopia, they actually went out and gathered some furries and go like, "Hey, can you watch this movie and tell us what we can improve?" You know, this was like before it was like out. You know, they had time to edit. They're like, "Did you like it? Anything to approve?" And yeah, a lot of furries like were saying like, "This was really well done. Maybe you could do this." And from what critiques they got, that's the movie we got for Zootopia. So like, Jesus Christ, why do we need like people who thinks that should be in when you can just go directly to people right outside that door?
Right. Right. Yeah, it's yeah. When it comes to that situation, it's like there's a lot of like gray things and stuff like that. It's like, oh yeah, it's like, you know, yeah, they're the ones who hired them in the first place, but on the other hand, it's not their final decision. But you know, at the end, you still have the choice to do it. It's like, you know, it's just weird back and forth kind of thing. But I think though maybe this is a start of maybe other companies are just like, yeah, I think this whole diversity thing is just not gonna work, and it's not what fans are looking for. After all, maybe that's just me being hopeful about it. I don't know, but maybe we'll see more of that still. Maybe like give it like 5 years or something, and then maybe another 5 years, the next 5 years later after that, maybe that's where they just say, fuck it, we'll just make stuff that people like at the end of the day, you know, because that's what makes money at the end of the day. Just make shit that people like, not fucking what pleases people, so to say, with, oh, it's got this black person, or it's got this Asian character, or it's got this trans whatever, you know, bisexual, you know, whatever. Like that's all that stuff. Like no one cares about that. All we care about is that character cool? Is that character awesome? You know, being just those things is not what makes that's not what makes them cool. It's where they come from and so much other stuff. The context and everything, and the writing, you know. Well, guess what? Just make it good. That's all we ask for at the end of the day, and we will put our money down for it, right? If we like it enough. It is to say though, this is mostly happening in the Western side of things. It might also be happening to an extent for like places like in Japan, for example, right? And you know, so on and so forth. But when you look at it, right, like when you look at something like, you know, Final Fantasy, you know, 7 Rebirth, right, you know, you don't exactly get that sort of vibe like, oh, they're trying to be correct or whatever. No, they're just doing their story. That's all there is to it, you know. And maybe there is that character that is the token, whatever the fuck, right? But if they're cool, then all right, cool. They're cool. But if they're just there for the sake of just checking off that list, being there for the checklist, it's like no one's gonna fucking care. No one, it's like whatever, just brush them off to the side. But yeah, I don't know. I think the game just needs to be, or the product needs to be good first and foremost, and then we can kind of like think about like, oh, you know, what's this character, you know, what, you know, blah blah blah, that sort of thing, right? Whatever. But
that's like also like I know you don't have it in here, but Sony right now is fucking blaming the star of Madam Web because she's bashing the movie Madam Web because of how bad it is. Sony's like, no, it's not. You're just hating. Stop it. This is all your fault because, you know, you're the one that brought this down. It's like, no, she didn't direct it. She didn't produce the damn thing. She just act for it. Stop scapegoating fucking Sony.
Yes.
Just admit your live action versions of Spider-Man or anything with the Spider-Verse fucking sucks. The only thing that's keeping them afloat is their animated counterpart, which is Miles Morales in game.
Yeah.
Just fucking admit it. So if this is how Sony's acting right now, imagine what Craven's gonna go through.
Oh jeez, yeah, I know, right? Fuck. Yeah. That's
it's gonna be another flop, and then Sony's just gonna fucking blame
yeah.
I forget his name.
Oh yeah, the actor, right, for Craven.
Aaron Taylor Johnson. They're gonna fucking blame him for fucking failing. It's like, no, it's not his fault.
Yeah. That's
just stop. It's like it's good to hear suggestions, but don't take it like it's the end all be all. Like, I'll take it forward.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with hearing that stuff for sure. It's just like how you go about it, how you treat people with that too. And then there's, you know, and somebody from Sweet Baby too. Let me. I forgot to add this too, to how kind of mental they are with this whole thing too. Is somebody said from Sweet Baby. Let me clarify that, saying, "Oh, you can't be racist towards white people or something." I was like, "What the fuck?" Or there's no race, yeah, like, you know, you can't, there's no big, you know, somebody said there's no bigotry, there's no racism towards white people. There absolutely is. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? There absolutely is oppression and all that shit on white people too. Like, what the, like, where are you coming from with that?
Say psych right now.
Yeah. Like, so you're saying like white is not a race or something? Like, what are you talking about? You know? Have you not looked at other countries where there's not as many white people? You know? That's the kind of stuff that annoys me too. You know? And then you know, they also had their hand in what is it? God of War. And then, you know, and this is like supposed to be like the Norse side of God of War. And then but you know, with Norse mythology is predominantly white, right? But, you know, there's that whole thing with like, oh, you have that one black character or whatever, but, you know, that sort of thing. Who knows whether that came from Sweet Baby or that was their choice, right? Who knows? But when it comes to, let's say, like the other way around, right? If they ever do like some sort of like, you know, like an African or Haitian or Jamaican or whatever it is, sort of mythology type of game, and they put that one white character in there, I guarantee you that it's not gonna go about the same way, right? At least for that group of people, anyway. So it's like this. You can kind of sense that, like that hypocrisy, this double standards, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's just so weird because it all comes from, and I don't want to, you know, like, I'm just seeing it for what it is. Like, it's all coming from white people with white skin or lighter skinned people, right? So white people and such like that. It's just so odd, you know what I mean? It's like, it's almost like they want to really try to cover themselves that they are really racist, but they try to overcorrect it by saying stuff like that.
It's kind of like that meme. Like, I'm not saying I'm racist, but you're just
Right.
gonna like finish that sentence. See what happens.
Yeah. All right. Definitely. If you don't have anything else to say about that, okay. Let's go. Briefly on this one. Apparently, the RE engine, you know, from Capcom is going to go through a upgrade of sorts. So it's going to be project or codenamed Rex engine, you know, REX engine, and it basically so this is going to be implemented into Dragon's Dogma 2. So that's like the first use of that engine. So okay, you know, I mean, we've already seen some interesting results from just the old RE engine of itself with Street Fighter 6 and RE4 remake, right? And other such games like Devil May Cry 5, you know, and those graphics have been pretty good, right? So imagine with REX or Rex coming into play. And of course, Dragon's Dogma 2 is another game that I'm excited for. Anticipating so much.
I want to say Rex might be the reason why Monster Hunter Wilds is being developed, because it's actually like Rex is actually being.
Oh, so they're like,
Rex is using Wilds as the guinea pig.
Yeah.
That's my little.
Yeah, and then and then they were able to implement that for Dragon's Dogma 2. See, it looks like. So that's pretty cool. I would say more than anything, Dogma 2 is more of that guinea pig than Wilds is, and then Wild is going to be like the, you know what I mean, like the end result at the end by that time. But that's just me. That's my how I see it. What was I gonna say? But yeah, you know, but yeah, I mean, maybe like having those two games during development, they were like, yeah, we kind of need to upgrade the engine or something. Both, you know. I can be wrong. I mean, you know, who knows what made them really, you know, say, yeah, we need to up the engine on this one, up the ante on this RE engine. Yeah. All right. Let's go next. Last one for the games. There's this collaboration that we talked about with Cowboy Bebop and Overwatch. Let's take a look at that.
Eevee Witch.
I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
That cream looks so weird. Young like that.
That's supposed to be Ash, right?
Yeah, Ash. I do like how the gun is swordfish. Hammond's supposed to be eyeing. Tamura is dead.
Tamura, yep.
See, a lot of people say, "Wow, this animation looks good." How are they in game?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's
who in Blizzard went to Sunrise
Mhm.
and asked for this?
I guess they still have that money, right? But yes, you did raise that very big question, right? What do they look like in game? Where's the in game models? You know? Yeah, this animation was neat and all, but do they actually kind of look that?
Okay.
Yeah.
And I really don't like Ed with the shaved hair, the shaved side. I need Ed with full hair.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, there are skins with Sombra that she has, a full head of hair.
Mm-hmm.
Why couldn't they do that?
Yeah.
I forget his name. He's like one of the newest.
Yeah, the
things,
newest ones. Yeah, he's the tank.
as Jet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess because I almost said like, too bad it's not Doomfist, and I fucking had like that flashback of fucking Netflix's Cowboy Bebop. I was like, yeah, maybe no.
Mhm.
we're not going down that road again.
It does fit because of the arm and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
but I don't know. I'm a little
because-
yeah.
Okay. Ash as Faye, okay, but
Yeah.
I would have thought it would have been Widowmaker, more.
Mm-hmm.
Hamon as I
Fine. Yeah.
yes, because there's no really dog characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no one else to fit in there.
I can't see Weston as
Mhm. Yeah. That'd be pretty
it's just like
Mhm.
Arthur. It's like,
Yeah.
oh god, your
Mhm.
dog talks.
Mhm. Yeah.
McCree as Spike. That's as close as you can get it.
Mm-hmm. He's the cowboy.
Just that
Yeah.
it's, well, one, it's a little too on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboy Bebop. Two, I wish he didn't have the hat. I wish he had
Oh yeah.
Spike's hair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are there costumes with McCree without the hat? I want to say
No,
right? Okay.
They all have hats.
Mhm.
But I think it would have been a nice one to try and do it without the hat.
Yeah.
To just have Spike's hair.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it has to do with like all the consistency with the head box. I don't know. Who knows? With that reasoning, but
Now, see, my question also is, obviously these voice actors had to come back to the studio to probably redub hopefully new lines when they're using this costume, or because again they paid Sunrise for a lot. They brought the OG Cowboy Bebop
Bloom.
VAs.
Yeah, for at least the English side of things. Yeah, but for Bloom and such. Yeah.
Yeah, to voice their characters again.
Mm-hmm.
Which now, thinking about it, I would like to hear Ed speak in Spanish.
Yeah, no, that'd be pretty neat. I just wonder. Wait, who dubbed Cowboy Bebop? You remember? Is it just Sunrise's like in-house thing, or is it Funimation?
Dubbed into English by Animaze and ZRO Limit Productions.
Okay, so it's just like a separate studio. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
which was Ultimate, which is licensed at Bandai Entertainment.
Oh, okay. So basically, yeah, it's
Basically, Bandai is the umbrella. And
mm-hmm. You have
these two are-
yeah, you have Sunrise, and then yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe they could, but they probably, I don't know. They probably are just gonna have the same voice actors for the default characters, right?
And they're probably just gonna say famous quotes or lines from the characters.
Mm-hmm.
Which again, with Sombra's voice, I just want to hear. I hope the line is in there. It's not a boy, it's a little girl. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
could have fooled me, kid, in the English dub.
Yep. I mean,
Oh, and Bob as Faye's I forgot her ship's
oh,
name.
the ship. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice touch, I guess. Yeah.
Which now looking at this, because the way they made Bob, I want him to do, even though it's not appropriate, this anime, I want him to do Furikuri and make Kanti as fucking Bob.
Oh.
But again, it's not Furikuri is not a child. It's not, though. You have to have a good mindset and to watch that show.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the animation is nice, but we want to see the in-game. In-game stuff.
In-game models, please.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. Let me see. I'm sure they haven't released the pictures yet. Oh, though apparently there's another collaboration going on, which is Porsche, and they made a life-sized diva statue of sorts with the mech and everything. That's kind of cool.
Doesn't work though.
Yeah.
Zawa online. Whee! It's like, did that idiot just steal that? Yes, he did.
Mm-hmm. No, I like the concept for it. I like her hair. That's supposed to be a diva. Porsche diva.
Her name is Porsche.
Mm-hmm. No, it's Porsche diva. She's from One Piece. She's carrying the,
Oh no, she's another one.
the Will of D, man. She's carrying the Will of D. She'll die smiling and everything. Yeah.
See, now that you say that, what if that's how, fucking Law and Luffy, die
Mm-hmm.
in future chapters, is them smiling, going like,
Mhm.
hey. I think it's gonna hurt a lot for me to see Law die.
Oh God. Yeah. Don't even entertain that thought.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hi there.
Yep. Speaking of Winston, right? I mean, her being Ed, I mean, it's appropriate. I actually kind of like,
appropriate.
I do like the costume, but I understand that you don't like the side shave hair thing.
Also, she's missing the goggles.
She is missing the goggles. That's, yeah. That is pretty weird. She gotta have the goggles, yeah. Anyway,
I hope, like, the voice actress of Sombra goes, like, has fun, because Ed is sporadic. She is, like, literally a child having fun. So have fun when you're, like, saying your attacks, or what's it called? Shooting, just shooting people and getting the kill. Go like, ooh, that must have hurt. Like, just have fun with it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So let's head on to the movies, streaming, and anime stuff news. Lastly,
He's not here yet. We gotta wait for 2 more weeks.
at least. At least. anyway, first off, we have the Netflix Airbender or Avatar Last Airbender renewed for 2 more seasons, seasons 2 and 3. Have you watched that one yet, or no?
So Avatar, I stopped watching because other stuff came up like this shit.
Yes.
I mean, did you watch it before?
No.
Well, actually, you fucking know about.
Oh, I know about the story. Yeah.
But you watched the animated show, right?
Yes. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay. I stopped when they finished visiting Boomy.
Oh, okay. Okay.
From that first episode up to the Boomy episode, it's a rocky start, but there's like little moments here and there. It's like, okay, I understand why they took a different direction for this.
Okay.
I still laughed at them singing the famous song. I was like, haha, they said it.
Yeah.
I knew I did not need to see it because that was going to hurt me, but I did not need to see the funeral for Iroh's.
For what?
I did not need to see for Iroh's son.
Oh.
I did not need to see that fucking funeral.
Oh, damn.
It's like one of those things. It's better to hear it and than
seeing it. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, kind of like how, but I can't really say that when the first episode pretty much showed what happened with the Fire Nation and them going gung-ho. It's kind of like, okay, you guys were saying that, you're in the animated show. It's like, wow, you're saying, you guys are saying like the freaking airbenders couldn't even do jack shit. And then, the Netflix show like what possibly could have happened. So it's like, oh, okay. But I'll try and finish it because what it looks like is like they're trying to do books 1, 2, and 3, but they're trying to speedrun it.
Yeah.
Book 2, I hope they do Toph justice.
Right.
Like whoever's gonna play Toph, good luck to you, but have fun. And do not skip on the blind jokes, because I'm sorry, those jokes will be hilarious.
Yeah, it definitely is kind of part of what Toph is, and like it's there for story reasons. So yeah, I'll definitely try to check it out myself eventually. Yeah, I mean, but right now we're both playing a Rebirth for Final Fantasy, so it's definitely taking up most of our time when it comes to like free time.
This man is stuck in 4. I'm at 9.
Yeah,
and there's so much shit to do in 9. It's like, I need to progress the story. Oh, what's that over there? Wow, pretty.
Yeah. We'll get there. Anyway.
Next one.
Next one up. So, oops. Why did I click there? That's weird. There we go.
You just wanted to talk about Avatar.
Yeah, I guess so. All right. So the Blu-ray has been announced, at least in the Japanese side of things, and in Japan only for the Godzilla store. If you buy, I guess the deluxe edition of the Blu-ray set, there is a memorial gold version of the figure of Godzilla -1. That comes with that.
You still have my uncle that's still stationed out in Japan.
Should have been the Oscar winner statue for my.
Yeah, I would fucking. Oh yeah, the Oscars are today, I believe.
Is it today or that was tomorrow?
Today or tomorrow, but either way, they record it and then they.
No, yeah, it's true.
So it's technically today, but it's gonna appear tomorrow.
It's gonna air tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. The gold statue. Yeah. Don't know what the price is on that, but yeah. Anyway.
Look at me in the eyes. We're not gonna give two shits what that price is. We're buying it.
Yeah.
I
So
tell you what.
when it comes to the date, it says the box sets will be hitting shelves in Japan starting May 1st of 2024. A North American release date will be announced soon. 4 disc
Probably
set.
September.
Yeah.
Most likely this September or
August.
at least October.
Oh, okay. You think
October at the latest.
Yeah, August at earliest. Yeah. The 4 disc set includes a Blu-ray DVD copies of both -1 and -1 color. Nice.
I didn't watch minus color, so thank you for including that. Thank
Same.
you too.
Yeah, I definitely want to check it out too, because hey, I want to watch more of it, right? So, yeah. So it's been announced. Let me find out what the what do you call the prices on the thing. Oh yeah, I saw this. The vinyl. They have a vinyl for -1. I kind of wanna get that. It looks really cool. In some places,
It's 100.
yeah, it's $100. Yeah, this is on eBay, so I don't count that. Here's like $90. Looks like. Oh.
$90, but the shipping and handling must be a fucking arm and a leg.
Yeah, probably. Even just for a DVD set or a Blu-ray set.
And who says that when you buy that set from there, the statue doesn't come with it, or it does? You know?
Right. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
it
know.
looks like-
Yeah, it's not the one, the statue. No.
Yeah, so I think with the statue, you have to purchase it at the Godzilla store.
It's only in the store.
No.
Yeah, so
in Shibuya, I believe. That's
Yeah.
where the hotel is. See, for me, I would love to buy 2 copies. One for watching,
Did you hear that?
and yeah. Say, oh, can you switch? Swatch it.
Why is the Switch thing playing here? Is there a video or something?
I'm scared. I'm scared.
Oh, it's just a ad. It's so weird. Why did the ad play?
Oh, that was scared.
Yeah, it was just a YouTube. It's an embedded YouTube ad for the Demon Slayer party game, I think. But anyway, sorry, you were
I
saying.
wanna buy. If I had money to buy 2 copies,
Mhm.
one copy would be like for viewing, then one would be like for display.
Yeah, the
Look
for
at
this.
that.
Yeah, it looks really
Look
cool.
at-
It does look really cool.
And good. I can buy the movie, bring it to Florida, make my boyfriend cry again, and I'll be like, "Yeah, baby, remember this part?"
Yep. Probably don't even need subtitles at this point. You already know what the story is, so you just watch it and yeah. You know?
I mean, I guess this will be a good, because it was dub, right? There was the dub and the
No.
sub version.
There was only a sub version.
Yeah.
From at least from what?
I was thinking of the boy and the
Oh, the heron.
dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More in the heron. Yeah.
We watched it. We watched it in dub,
Mm.
and we did not know, because it didn't sound like him, that the heron was fucking Robert Pattinson. We did not
Oh wow.
fucking hear any of, like how Robert Pattinson fucking talks. It's like, wait, that was him? Damn.
Wow.
Very good on you, mate.
That's the guy who played the recent Batman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Recent Batman, or for Harry Potter fans, that was Cedric Diggory, who fucking died.
Yes. Unfortunately. All right. We'll be awaiting for that Blu-ray set patiently.
For years. Just years.
All right, and then here's
It's the second official trailer of
yes, Fallout.
Fallout.
Yeah, fail out. Oh shit! Hold on.
Hello there. I'm here to show you a wonderful place.
I like that actor.
Camelot, the nuclear age. Not made by God Almighty, but the working man. You can be a hero by purchasing a residence in a Vault-Tec vault today. Because if the worst should happen tomorrow, the world is going to need you to build a better day after.
The mission of the vaults should be important to everyone. To come up to the surface one day and restart civilization. Can you tell me what's happened in the last 200 years?
Holy shit. You're an actual vault dweller.
I am.
I thought all you dipshits were dead.
All right.
What you're doing is insane.
I don't set the world.
It isn't like the vault out there. It's big.
It's weird they're playing Fallout
Practically every
3,
person I've met on
4's
Earth has tried to
theme
kill
song.
me.
You need to go home. You come from a world of rules, of laws. You should not be alone.
Why did you join the Brotherhood?
To hurt the people who hurt me?
People are going to come after you.
Ain't much stage cleanup here, Volty. Well, now that is a very small drop in a very, very large bucket of drugs. You look out at this wasteland, looks like chaos, but there's always somebody behind the wheel.
Oh shit. Huh.
What's happening here?
Everyone wants to save the world, they just disagree on how.
There you are, you little killer.
I wonder if it's going to be in this season, or if it, gets good, praises and stuff, and they make a second season. I want to see a death knell.
Oh yeah. And what are the super mutants at? Are they in
The super mutant. I want one super mutant be like that nice gentle giant.
Kind of like Beast, right? Like from X-Men.
Yeah.
High intellect kind of thing.
But obviously this is taking place in California.
Yeah, it's supposed to be LA. So
I wonder what the journey is going to be like. Are you going from Cali all the way to the capital wasteland, which I believe 4 was all about?
Another settlement needs your help. I remember that.
Yep. Holy shit! If I hear that word, that line, I'll be like, "Oh God."
What?
As I was talking to friends, that this looks like it had more love and care than the Halo series.
Right. Yeah.
But then, as we saw with the people who are directing it, they're from Westworld, and if you watch Westworld, it was a freaking fantastic show, which was also canned by WB.
Ah, damn.
I want to say that this is their like big middle finger to them. Like, you know what? This is what you lost.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I do like the Brotherhood armor. Like they look really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for the most part those are built by hand and they're physical, you know, practical effect, you know. And then
I like that one. If she doesn't loot everything inside, she's playing it wrong.
Yep. Yep. I was gonna say though, this line, what if this was like the last line in the final episode for season 1? So it's like, it's kind of like alluding to like the Fallout 4
Try look at
stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna piggyback on you. Look at the top comment above it. It says, "I'm waiting for that one episode with Ron Perlman as a review." What if he's the one that says it?
Ah.
I'm like, no, Hellboy, no.
Right.
Say that.
What if Perlman is you know, the main super mutant or whatever that we see that somewhere down the line, or I don't know. Maybe he's strong. I don't know. Remember Strong from Fallout 4?
Yep.
Yeah.
He was my best friend. Oh, I like that one. Finally, a Fallout without loading screens.
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
hey, shut up.
That's a roast. That is a roast. It's kind of like the Goku being a bad father kind of thing.
Oh, there, another rose. Cool future trailer, but another summon needs your help. I'll mark it on your map. It's like, shut up. Well, I like that one 17 hours ago. Looks good. The only thing missing is the opening narration. War never changes.
Oh, I know, right?
Ron Perlman. Yeah, that'll be good. I mean, you misspelled his last name, but you know, we all know who.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, all I'm saying, the Deathclaw better look like prehistoric. Yep.
Deathclaw. Yep. That's right. Please don't suck.
I want to see a Death fan before I make a judgment.
No, yeah.
When she comes out of the vault for the first time and there's no loading screen, I'm right.
They really saving that Deathclaw reveal. I respect it. I hope so, man. Shit. Hope so. Yeah, other people are saying Ron Perlman for, you know, War Never Changes, yeah. That line.
So it's Los Angeles 200 years after the bombs. Well, I think then this particular night at least seems like it was meant to keep so in alive. And so it got the location of Fallout 1 and 2, the time frame 4 and 12, 7. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, it's like a weird amalgamation or like a hodgepodge of Fallout for sure.
I'm fully convinced that Goggins is the little involvement of every New Vegas player through being addicted to chems and
gunslinging.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the other thing. If they don't do the VAT system correctly, I'm gonna be a little pissed. She better like go and you hear the sound. Yeah. Ding 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 ding. Watch your bullets fucking miss and then the last one hits. Like
I want to see the I want to see the oh, what's that guy? The dude in the top hat. I forget his name. Or not top hat. It was, he had he was like a detective. He came out of nowhere and he just shot.
the android, right?
No. Not Valentine.
Not him.
It was what's his name? Or what's his title rather? It was like a yellow coat. He came out of nowhere and he shot.
Oh, the the mysterious something. I
It's a
feel.
mysterious something, yeah. Like the mysterious gunman or something. I don't know. Let me just look that up.
Yeah. That was a perk, I remember.
Yes, it was.
Mysterious stranger, yeah.
Ah, yes. I want to see that. Yes.
Oh, see, that's the thing too. It's like, let me see your what was it called? Oh, let me see your stats.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see your special.
Mm-hmm.
What's that mean? Strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, and luck. Let me see that. What build are you doing?
Mm-hmm. It's funny. The mysterious stranger is being investigated by Nick Valentine, who has a short log containing everything he knows about them in his office. If the stranger kills an enemy while he is traveling as a companion, Nick will express credulity when he appears and frustration when he vanishes. That's funny. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, it was mysterious stranger. Man, I want a Fallout 5, man. Come on.
I'm gonna have to look. That's another game I'm gonna have to wait. It's like, do you want Fallout or do you want them to hurry up with Elder Scrolls 6?
That's right. Yeah.
That.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it looks good. I guess it's just a matter of how accurate the lore will be or how Fallout-ish will be. Like, even if like some things are out of place, I just want to see if anything, if the writing and stuff like that does convey.
Yeah, if it fits.
Yeah.
To be like an alternate timeline of Fallout.
Yeah. Like I know like the lore people are kind of like, oh, this particular plane.
Yeah, this event did not happen until this, and why is this guy here when he was supposed to be in 3? And it's like, calm down.
Yeah, or like, oh, this guy or this thing is supposed to be in Boston instead of LA, like blah blah blah. It's like, all right, I'm not gonna dive into that shit, but yeah, I mean, again, man, is the shit cool? Like that's all I kind of want to care about at this point. You know, the shit takes place in LA, so it's like it's like kind of different, you know. Because I think in 4, that was in Massachusetts, right? If I'm correct, around Boston.
Yeah, 4 was the capital wasteland, which brought you from Boston to DC, I believe.
So it's like, it's like the 13. It's a reference to like the 13 colonies type of shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Fallout 3 location. No, 3 was Washington D.C.
Oh, was it? Okay.
4 was.
Yeah, it's just because 4 is just Massachusetts.
Yeah.
But it did bring up a lot of like patriotic stuff, so can't be helped. Yeah, Commonwealth.
Patriotic and also. Oh, yeah.
The Commonwealth.
4 was Commonwealth. 3 was the capital wasteland.
Mhm.
Man, 1 and 2 was more on the west side of the states. Then you had New Vegas, which took place in Vegas, and then 76 was in West Virginia.
Yeah, 76 is definitely West Virginia. Yep. Plot or setting. China, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. The first one is Southern California. Vault 13. Okay. Whereas 2. Let's go back. There we go. 2 was West Coast. Yeah, it just says West Coast of United States, so it's like not just California, but that entire area. Yeah.
Probably not Hawaii, because we were probably dead.
Yeah.
So the nuclear fallout.
Yeah. Interesting. All right. Anyways, so yeah, there's something good. You know, I'll give it a watch whenever that comes out, which is like what, April 11th. There you go.
11.
All episodes are going to be available, so we don't have to wait. We don't have to wait, so that's cool. That is neat. Okay. I think there was one more thing we should need to talk about. Oh, so did you drop this one here or?
Yep.
Okay.
I dropped that one.
Okay.
Just give us a small reminder of the ones we lost.
Mhm.
Well, the 20s alone.
Yeah. Yeah, we lost the creator of Berserk, Miura Kentaro, and then Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Definitely remember that one. Takahashi Kazuki. And then Buichi for Cobra, or Terasawa Buichi for Cobra. And then now, as of recent, Toriyama Akira. For
To which I kind of want to say it's a blessing in disguise that Toriyama passed away during the Year of the Dragon.
I guess so. Yeah. 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 I mean, as long as also, he became someone like Tezuka, if not greater than Tezuka, because he left, Toriyama left, like I said, a huge impact on this world, Now, I don't know about Tezuka simply because I haven't lived that time, so that's my grandfather's time. And I know he always talked about him for sure, so I'm sure he had that kind of impact as well, a very similar impact in that time. Saying that, well, I mean, look at the other series, right? Influenced by Astro Boy and such, and other such works. But yeah, in this area alone, yeah, it definitely is looking like 2020 is a pretty bad decade.
It's like, go back, you fuck. Go back!
Mm-hmm. It has been a tough one, man. We literally had a pandemic for like, what, at least 3 years, Let's just, more or less. And then now we got this shit, right? On top of like all the other stuff, like the earthquake in Japan that happened New Year's, the stuff with Israel and stuff like that, blah blah blah. I don't want to get into that too much, but yeah. But then you got this stuff, man. Losing, creators of something so great from your childhood, man. But I will say this again. It's like what Kubo said, right? As long as their work is around, they're not really they're not really gone. So we will continue to celebrate Dragon Ball, and of course, everything else that we like, just to kind of really appreciate for the creators, Yeah. It's good to and I hope to see more people like appreciate stuff other than Dragon Ball, right? Like Sandland and Dr. Slump.
Yep.
And such. So that'll be it for this episode. I know it was pretty long, but we definitely had a lot to talk about, man, including Toriyama Sensei. You know, our hearts go out to those directly affected by his passing, man, including again his family and friends. So, but we will continue to celebrate how much of an impact he had on us, and probably for the rest of anime and manga, in a way. So, all right, thank you very much. Hopefully, we will see you all next week. So with that, we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.